settings, studio.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Yes, we've got a little bit of an echo. That's just a little bit of a technical problem. It'll go away right there, as if by magic. Welcome to M&C Mornings, episode 9. We're actually through 2 months of shows already, and on to the third. That's very impressive. You guys have been great. I think the show's been, it's a little bit weird because the show it's an early morning show, and it's on Sundays. So realistically, I think that the level of success that we've had with the show and the feedback that we've gotten has been really fantastic. And so far, I got to say, I'm loving the shows. I listened to it myself. We've got a big announcement regarding the show that we're going to do in a little bit. And as always, Skype line is MC Mornings. If you guys want to call in, we got some cool prizes to give away today. And so it's going to be a good time. What's up, Mooch? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? I mean, there was a lot to talk about, even just some early banter we were having before the show. But, just talking about what you said, when we were pitching the idea back and forth, I said it's going to take a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months for everyone to kind of get adjusted because all these other, all the other podcasts, including the ones we do, Crap, are so late in the evening. And for our friends over in Europe and over in Asia, they listen and they tune in. But for them, sometimes it was 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Here they have a nice mid-afternoon, and for people that are, for West Coasters, it's a little tough. I'm not going to lie to you. 7 o'clock in the morning is a little hard. 7:30 in the morning is a little tough. But for the majority of the world, this show really works out. And I don't know, Crap. I'm just a regular American guy. I get in the car, and I listen to my morning radio on the way in. And I can't think of a better day than Sunday to grab a huge cup of coffee, listen to this show where we talk about gaming interests for all the true gamers out there, and then you go right into football. It sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. And that was how we kind of envisioned it, like leading right into football. It's like, who wants to watch Terry Bradshaw or whoever, you know what I mean, for an hour or 2 hours before the show? So, and nobody else is really doing this where, what we do is dictated by them. Like, we have some basic topics that we can cover a little bit, but for the most part, a lot of people we're just covering what people want to talk about. They kind of dictate what's going on. And I like that aspect of the show. And
Absolutely.
I think that it's
well, that's what it is. I always say live and late breaking because basically, what it is a lot of times you'll tune into a lot of podcasts or people will miss podcasts through the week, Crap, and you'll hear news that went on a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Here we give the audience the opinion and the right to call in and completely change the, steer the ship the other way with any news or questions they have that happen within 24 hours if something happens. Like I say, it's a really, really, and I get pumped for it. I know you get pumped for it. I mean, look at all the things you do in the morning on Sunday. You change your entire Sunday morning just to do this show. So it's a lot of fun.
It is. I love doing the show. That's why. It's like, I remember when we were talking about it, we were like, well, we have to make sure that we're committed to it because it'd be easy to just let something come up. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not, even when the hurricane, like I literally got my power back and was like, okay, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't even know if Crap's going to be there, but I was
Crap reporting from under a palm tree, everybody. How about those games?
It's great. Like that was rough, man.
Did you like that? I just gave you that was actually a winter sound effect that I pulled off. All right.
Yeah. So. Well, you don't realize how much you love technology and stuff like the internet until you lose your internet and your power. You know what I mean?
Isn't that funny though? Crap, I got to parlay that into the whole 2013 thing. Remember when Microsoft was like, they didn't even say they were going to always keep the Xbox online all the time, but the media ran with that, and everyone was like, "How dare you?" But then, like you say, if there's just a blip. If there's a blip of you losing internet in the United States right now, it's panic. The stores run out of duct tape and water within a half an hour. They're like, what's wrong? Is there at the end of the world? No, my internet's out. I need tape and water, and I got to secure my family. So it's like maybe Microsoft wasn't so bad back in 2013.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all connected. When we're not connected, it sucks. So I don't even game if I'm not connected. If my internet's not working, it's shut down, man. I'll hop on my 360 because I know that those achievements are going to pop, whether I'm offline or online. And then once it comes back online, I know it'll just link back up to the servers or whatever. Where on Xbox One, you don't get that. You don't get the pop or anything. You know what I mean? So you're just like, and it can sometimes glitch up or whatever. And I hate that. That's one of my few complaints about the Xbox One is the achievements. You know what I mean? They don't, if you're offline, they don't pop up at all.
Well, I mean, again, it's a double-edged sword here, Crap. Yes, they don't pop up, but you do earn them. So once the internet does come back or whatever the case may be, and you pop it up, your achievements will pop eventually, correct? You don't have to redo them, is my point.
Yeah, but sometimes if you don't know specifically which ones you're going to get, sometimes they'll glitch. Like I remember, like even in Call of Duty 4, the remastered, I was playing it and I knew that there's an achievement for knifing 3 people in a row. And I kept doing that. I kept knifing 3 people in a row and I wasn't getting that achievement. And I was like, what's going on? And then what happened was I hard reset my Xbox. And then when I loaded the game back up, boop, it popped. So I don't know what the deal was with that. But
speaking of wow, it just popped up. I had I'm sitting there just chilling, and all of a sudden, like everything was going crazy as far as like messages yesterday, right? Yeah. So like I'm sitting there, it's 1:00 in the morning, old time, and I get a message from Bam Bam. I get a message from Foxfire. I get a message from, I believe it was Sub-Zero, and they're like, "Yo, just get in the chat." So apparently, because I checked my timeline and I didn't see anything going on with Community Game Night, so. At 1:00 old time, okay, saying old time because it was daylight savings time, folks, for all of us.
Yes, hopefully you guys all set your clock back.
Yes,
in America anyway.
Well, judging by the over 200 people already watching, I would assume that a lot of our fans already switched their clocks back correctly. But the thing is this: we had a community game night that pretty much started. It did start a little before, but we had 16 strong, I believe it was, at one point at like 2:30 new time. That's 3:30 old time. That we played till almost 4:00 old time, which is crazy. Last night playing Gears, it was a shitload of fun. It was delirium. I mean, everybody was just kind of out of their minds. Got a fun story to tell you about one of the players too. Crap! Wow. I'll put that on. I'll put my story on hold, just like the winner of the Console Corner co-host championship. I'm in trouble.
Mornings. Zing.
I'm in trouble. Zing. Woo.
Welcome to M&C Mornings. How can we help you this morning?
Hey guys, well, of course, Crap will not stop bugging me to call in, so of course I decided I would call in and say, hey to everyone, of course, 2 questions. First one is, because this is the morning and we have the holidays coming, what is your favorite cup of coffee or mocha, Christmas season style, that you would drink during your show? And second question is, what are your thoughts about the fact that Titanfall 2 devs are taking shots at the Call of Duty devs after, as we all know, they fell 25% short of their older brother, the Titanfall 1. So, again, great show, guys. Hope everyone's listening, and make sure you guys comment and call in yourselves as well. So, have fun, guys. Bye.
Well, rock and roll.
Well, I'm also very grateful that she called in before she heard my console corners. Yeah, so that would have went over pretty bad right there.
Hey, like, you know how like these political ads are, and don't worry, I wrote down her questions. I'm going to start writing down the questions so we don't forget them, because we're a couple old men now. But
absolutely.
Yeah, so
I like
so
to think of wiser old men. Go ahead, yes.
Yeah. So basically, the only thing that's longer and like than the current political election that's going on is like the console corner election. Like I think they should allow them to do an election process where like Noof Nukem be like, I'm Noof Nukem and I want to be on the console corner. And I don't think you should let Triple Cup Chuck because he does spirit cooking and does this. And you know,
I wrote to me and Noof were writing each other back and forth last night, and I just said, hey, basically congratulations, and he's like, I'm only going by text here, people. This was not him talking by no means, but it was so funny. In his text, as I'm reading it back to me, it sounded very sad. It was like, well, I'm not really sure, and I had the lead, but, and I'm like, wait a minute. Do you guys ever see the movie Austin Powers? And at the end, when he's screaming, he's like, no! But there's that guy coming like 17 miles away.
He's like a million miles away. Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? This is like,
he's like, just get out of the way.
He's like, just move. Just get out of the way. And it's Noof holding the winner sign, but it's like 10 miles away is the finish line. And he's like, I don't know if I really did it.
I think they should hand recount that or something.
I love you guys at Console Corner. Thanks for letting me and Crap take a couple jabs at that. That is hysterical.
Yeah. Is that another phone call?
Of course it is.
Oh, okay. We didn't even answer Shiwa's questions, but
no, we will.
We will. Trust me.
Those were good questions, actually.
Yes, they were. M&C Mornings, what's up?
What you got, Jay?
Hey guys, how you doing today? I just wanted to let you know that I didn't want to kind of start the show on a somber note, but recently I was homeless for a little while, and I just wanted to say that listening to you guys through BGST, Crossfire, and all you guys like K Mega and Next Podcast and the Don and those guys, it got me through the past few weeks. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to you guys because you take my mind off of the stuff for a few hours a day, And luckily I found a place to live this weekend, so I can get back to gaming and hearing you guys talk some stuff on there. So just wanted to say a big thank you to you guys and keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, man. All right, bye.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Glad.
That was an awesome call in, and it goes back to what Sergio was saying last week. Jay, what was the caller's name? Do you know?
His name is Jeff.
Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to address somebody's name. Jeff, first of all, thanks for the call. Second of all, my heart goes out to you, brother. That's not easy, but hearing that you already have a place after the time that you were, without a home, it just shows me how much motivation and determination you have, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing. And believe me, like I said when we were listening to Sergio's story last week, everybody kind of tunes in. I told you I was going through really a lot of work stress, man. I had a lot of stuff going on 2-3 years ago, and listening to Zaire and Crap back before I started YouTube really did. It was really nice to be able to come home, do some work, and let your mind rest on something and just kind of get away from the real life miseries that we all have sometimes. It's really tough. So, Jeff, my heart goes out to you, bro. You're going to do just fine. Just remember, every day, I say it all the time, you wake up to the alarm clock, you go to bed to the alarm clock. That's just the way it is. But once you realize that that's just the way life is, life will get a little bit easier. So thanks for that call in, bro.
Yeah, it's about, if I can refer to Rocky, it's not about how many times you get hit. It's about taking the hits and keep moving forward. So, it's good to see it. It's good to see you kind of getting back on your feet and things like that. And again, this is entertainment. We have a good time. And it is good to hear that, not that, you're in that need, but that we entertain. Like, I'm always surprised when people are like, man, I love your guys' show. It's my favorite show or whatever. Like, we have fans that, are love the show and like the show and laugh and have a good time with it and look forward to it. And I think that's really cool. That blows my mind. So yeah, I'm glad that he's back on his feet and that he likes the show and he was able to get entertained and get his mind off some things for a little bit and listen to the show. So that's really cool. Absolutely. And we appreciate it, Jeff. Man, it's good to have you rocking out with us. So I want to go back to She-Wolf's questions. Wrote them down.
Yes.
Favorite coffee, seasonal. I don't really drink coffee, but like I like hot chocolate with like
Blasphemy.
Yeah, I know, like mint and stuff like that. I can't help it. I like frozen coffee, I guess, a bit, but I like mostly just like hot chocolate. I mean, I live in Florida,
That is true. That is true. Yeah, there is something about the cold Northeast where once we start getting that cool breeze like we have now, you're walking around out. There's a lot of outside fall activities. We have soccer right now. It's football. There's a lot of things going on up here, and to stop on the way to the field and grab a extra large a cup of coffee is just fucking fantastic. That's all I can say. It's that exciting. But my answer is, believe it or not, I'm always on a cinnamon kick. For some reason, I like, cinnamon. But I would say probably the other flavor, my wife loves it, is like the mint chocolate. I don't really drink a lot of that. That's kind of heavy sugar.
Yeah.
The cinnamon's a light spice, so you have a little bit of spice in there, but you can still maintain, not like a sugar rush. But those are usually the two flavors that I'll go with. And of course, there's the pumpkin coffee that just has to be purchased between end of August and like the end of October.
Yeah, like all the soccer moms are right there with you, dude. Pumpkin coffee all the way.
Yeah, I like to hang out with the soccer mom. Thank you.
We've got the pumpkin spice latte. So
hey,
yeah.
Mooch is a lot of fun at all parties. All right.
Yes.
Yeah,
and she also wanted to know about the thoughts on Titanfall.
Can you tell me about that crap? Because
okay.
Yeah, please.
But I guess like EA was handling some of the PR for the Titanfall 2 stuff, right?
Yeah.
So now I guess Respawn are handling it themselves and are going like right on the attack mode, like play the better game and play. You know what I mean? They're just really kind of taking shots at Infinite Warfare. Play the potential game of the year, and we got a higher Metacritic score and all this kind of stuff. We don't pay for expansion packs with us. You know what I mean? Free DLC. Just like really kind of rubbing Call of Duty's noses in it, and I think it's funny. I love this kind of stuff. Battle back and forth. I know everybody's like, be professional. I think that's stupid. Like that's PC, political correct. I think there's a way to go about fighting for your brand, and without being a dick. Well, so I like it. I like to see people fight.
I like that. I like that too, crap. But I'm not a big fan. That would be the equivalent of like Hawaii making fun of California or Texas, right?
Well,
I mean,
when you're the little guy, you've got to do something.
But it's almost like just like EA, or excuse me, like Activision and Call of Duty are just like brushing off like a small fly in the summertime. Like it's like, all right, thanks for that. I don't know. I don't think they really have a leg. I don't think they have a stance on that. I don't really think that. I like that competition and banter too, but I would prefer it with like two big head-to-head juggernauts.
Oh, okay. Like I thought somebody was calling.
Yeah, there's a caller.
Hey, M&C Mornings. How can you interrupt us?
Hey, fellas, what's going on? What's going on? Glad to be with you again this morning. Very great to be here. I don't have long. I mean, like a long call today. I just wanted to mention something. I was just thinking, what if Microsoft didn't announce the Scorpion at this year E3? Can you imagine the stuff that us Xbox fans would be going through right now, man? With this Pro coming out, and I can't imagine. So I just want to say how brilliant it was for Microsoft to announce the Scorpio at this year's E3, man, because it would be crazy out here. It would be just imagine, man. I mean, if they didn't announce it until 2017 E3, we would have to deal with this stuff and resolution talk now. Oh my God, it would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. But that's all I got, man. I just wanted to say, just imagine, right? All right, fellas.
Yo, Diggity, that's a great point.
It is. It's all you can always count on Diggity calling in. I'm starting to recognize his voice when he calls in now. I think that's pretty cool. So and I agree. Look, people question Microsoft. They're like, why did Microsoft announce two consoles at the same time, at the same event? And I'm like, well, you got a year and a half, almost 2 full years before the release of the next one, so I think we'll be all right. And yet nobody questioned the PS4 Slim and PS4 Pro releasing within like a month and a half of each other. So, but I think that what they effectively did was you have the Scorpio coming next year, and you already see the media and stuff scrambling. Everybody's acting like there was never a resolution gate, but you can type in #resolution gate on Twitter and see all these people talking about it, because it's saved it all from years, from over the years. Yeah. Everybody was talking about it, and now the media is acting like they weren't. Like, you saw the thing with Destin Legary, 900 or 1080p versus 900p in his hands, And now they're acting like what? Like, you know, like Will Smith, like they want to go around flashing everybody with the Will Smith thing from Men in Black. You know what I mean? Like oh no, we never did that. Because look, and I even made a video about it. Titanfall 2 apparently at times runs under 720p on Xbox One, but it has a rock solid frame rate and it looks gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's talking about the resolution different outside of Digital Foundry. Like we're not seeing that stuff on GameSpot. We're not seeing it on IGN. We're not seeing it anywhere. Right? Why? Because if they cover it now and make a big deal out of it now, they'll have to cover it next year when there's going to be a bigger difference. And I think that they don't want to do that.
I think we've done a good job on this show, BGST, all of our shows, to actually say that the media bias is out there. I think everybody's starting to see it now. I think the media has been exposed because of what you just said, Crap. You just did Exhibit A through C. They're all, you know what I mean? We're all seeing it now. It's all a bunch of nonsense. And Diggity did bring up a good point. Let's just be really honest. If Scorpio was not announced, Resolution Gate would be like in fifth gear, like peeling out and taking names. Like it would be gone. They would have went insane with it. So Microsoft doing that, they put a governor on the whole PS4 Pro launch, because now whenever anybody says, yo, dude, I just got a PS4 Pro, it's so strong. People are like, I'm going to wait see what the Scorpio is all about. Oh, really? What's that about? Oh, it's a lot stronger than this. All right, then I'll wait. It's put a governor on the excitement for the Pro. So Microsoft knew they were kind of throttling, you know, Sony's acceleration on that front. But, you know, in all honesty, you know, Crap, you said it a long time ago, and you're right. I want to get excited, and I want to say that the media is all going to do this 180-degree flip-flop and go all Scorpio, but it's not going to happen, folks. You know, I can already do the entire Digital Foundry episode for you when Scorpio's in full production and out there. And you're going to be like, well, did you see it in native 4K? And then that guy's going to be like, yes, I did, but I do a terrible English interpretation, by the way. For some reason, the 4K checkering is doing the same quality in my eyes. Do you see any difference on your? Well, you know, there is a difference on our technical layout here. You can clearly see the native is clearer, giving you more resolution. Blah, blah. Oh yes, but I don't really see it. So let's move on to the next topic. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's gonna get brushed over is my point. So.
Well, not having accurate, and it's funny because I'm scrolling through Twitter, and you know, like Tim Dog has no chill. He's like posting these links to NeoGAF, right? He's like, Sunset Overdrive runs at 30 frames per second, 900p. NeoGAF 13 pages never happened, right? He's like, because they're acting like this stuff never happened. And I'm looking through his thing. He goes, Rise confirmed 900p was always 900p. NeoGAF 20 pages, and it didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to forget that they ever brought any of this stuff up, and I find it absolutely hilarious. And I'm going to keep shoving it up their ass that it did happen. And now it's funny because now the narrative's changing and they know they look like horses' asses and ass buckets. So, yeah. And we got a call. So, M&C Mornings, how can we help you? How can we help you?
I was just wondering, the PS4 Pro, it's going to be doing some games like Rise of the Tomb Raider, where it's going to have the different resolution sets for like 1080p 30, 1080p 60, and then the 4K. Do you think Scorpio is going to do that, or do you think it will just be 4K, or do you think it'll at least offer the different segments since it'll be more powerful and it can pull off more things at different settings? Just wondering what you guys thought, if it needed to, since it'll have more power or not. And thank you guys for everything you do.
All right. Well, that was a good question. I think that the Scorpio will go a similar route since developers, especially for multi-plat games, are kind of giving people options. I don't see why Microsoft wouldn't let people have options to do 1080 60 if they wanted, or 4K 30 or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that they will give people the options. You know what I mean? Like we already have options, like on the Skyrim remaster, you can change the depth of field. You can do, you know what I mean? There's already some games on consoles that do that. Right. So I think that they're going to give us the options to change it around. I don't think they're just going to set it in stone. Like you can do what you want. But as far as like multiplayer portions, I think that they're just going to be stuck at whatever the Xbox, which thankfully most multiplayer games that I can think of, with the exception of Destiny, are 60 frames. So I would say
listen, my quick answer, you know, which would be like a control find and then just answer all, would be whatever Pro can do, Scorpio can do better. That's just the answer I would give you. So if you're seeing anything that comes out, anything at all that the Pro does as far as 4K or streaming, or it does this or it does that, just remember the Scorpio is going to do that and then a whole lot more. It's a much, much more powerful. No one in the media is going to let you know this. You're only going to hear it politely from Microsoft, and then you'll hear it not so politely from M&C Mornings. Basically, that you're getting a beast with the Scorpio. The Pro is going to look like a complete afterthought. And to be honest with you, Sony really, really did. We've said this a number of times. I hate to use it. Sounds like a broken record here, but they got caught with their pants down. Sony thought they were coming out, and they thought that Microsoft would just lay low, do a typical slim, and let it roll out till 2020 or something like that. So they would have been able to recapitalize twice. The 40 million that they sold regular vanilla PS4s to, they would be able to sell the PS4 Pro to. So they would double down on a lot of those sales, and then they would get a lot of more of the Xbox customers to come over. Problem is they're actually going to lose some PS4 customers with the Scorpio coming out, and a lot of the Xbox guys are going to also repurchase. So Microsoft is going to rebound on this big time.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, I think if people like what would be the reasoning behind someone buying a PS4 Pro? If people say power, then there's your reasoning for people buying Scorpio, and I think that it'll do well. So maybe the Pro doing okay out right out of the gate would be a really good sign for the future of the Scorpio as well, because we know that that's going to be the most powerful console ever created. So I think we're gonna be good there on the power front and the resolution front and all that stuff. So hey Jay, let's get us a voicemail. I know we've got some, so
yeah, we do have.
Let's hit one. Hit it.
Sure. We got our first one is from Danny Boy.
Danny Boy. Okay.
Danny Boy.
Hey, Mooch, Crapgamer, and Jay Williams, Graphics God. This is Danny Boy from Supersonic Station. I actually have a couple questions about the Kinect. First one is, with this new not PSVR, with the new Xbox or Windows 10 VR that's coming out with the VR, AR, and all that stuff, could you see a comeback in the Kinect and them utilizing the Kinect again? And my second question for the Kinect is, is it possible for them to bring over Xbox 360 Kinect games? I tried to look into it, but I can't figure out if it's possible to do, or if they could do it. Could you see them bringing back some of those like Kinect Sports and fun games like that? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks, guys. You guys do a hell of a job.
Nice. Hey, good question, Danny. Well, he was the guy that did the BGST game and the game where I went around and I think I was beating up somebody at IGN or something.
Yeah, he did all that on Project Spark. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, poor Project Spark. That was such a good thing.
It was, it wasn't for everybody, but it really was. It was the ability to be, creative. Every gaming system's had that since I think Mario Paint back in the day. It went from there all the way up, and I mean that was just something that was an awesome piece of software. Problem is, it's not. You can tell the math. Look at what we always say. Crap. We don't even want to come home, put a headset on. People want to sit on their couch. They want to play a game that's already prepared for them. That's why there's so many console gamers versus PC. I know there's a lot of PC gamers out there. Not really. Those are counting the bejeweled people playing on a 10-year-old desktop. I mean, that counts as a PC gamer. But my point being is just that console gamers want to come home, pop a game in and play. And in the case of Project Spark, it was come home, put that game on, and create a game. That doesn't, for some that sounds like fun, and for some it's another nightmare.
Yeah. But just getting back to his question, he wants to know about if Kinect would make a comeback with AR and VR, and I think that they sell it. I think that maybe they would have to redesign it, maybe sell a cheaper version, since it probably is cheaper to manufacture now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was part of the whole thing. I think was that Sony uses like old technology with the moves and the lights and tracking the lights, and you can't track when you turn around and stuff like that. Kinect can do a much better job at that. I think Kinect for the Xbox One is 1.1. So that means it's like it can track you perfectly. It can do the skeletal stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that it didn't get the praise that it deserved for what it was, because people were so busy hating on it. So I think that it could. Will it? I don't know. It depends on what the adoption is. I think you will need it for their VR or whatever, or AR. I think you'll definitely need it. So I think that's going to be something to pay attention to. Now he wants to know about Xbox 360 games, bringing them back, the Kinect games, if they'll work on Xbox One. That's a good question.
Right.
If that would work, I think that'd be pretty cool. I have no idea. I think because the Kinects are too different.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that.
I mean, this is my take. This has nothing to do with Danny Boy's question at all. This is just me in general. I think anybody that follows, anything we do knows this is how I feel. I just, for some reason, I think we need to start to move on with the whole like last generation and old games. It's like, yeah, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get us old games when we can. And I get so excited. I was just telling Crap this before, and we didn't get a chance to even talk about it yet. There's so many games out that I just got Call of Duty and I can barely play it. And certain people are like, Mooch, how come you don't go get Titanfall? Besides what you know, like when would I fit that in? I don't even know. Like I have 2 games on Call of Duty to play. Right? I've got the BioShock collection. Shout out to Doc Cupcake. Basically gave me the game of my personal game of the year. I can't wait to. I mean, I'm not saying it's game of the year, but you know what I'm saying. I just couldn't wait to play it. I played 3 hours and I got it yesterday.
Yeah,
like, I love that game to death. All 3 of them. Pardon me. There's just so much going on. Gears. I mean, last night we played 4 hours of Gears. Like I was telling Crap this. We had daylight savings time. That just puts the clock back an hour. I need somebody to tell me how to stop time.
Yeah.
I mean, how the hell am I going to play all these games? You know what I'm saying? So my point being is that, like, people are like, Mooch, don't you wish they would bring back all these OG games and this and 360 and this? And I'm like, that's fine. When Mike Ibarra and his team get to it, that's great. I hope we end up having like 5,000 back compact games. But to sit here and start throwing like lists of games to people, I can't even play all the new ones, let alone the ones I still have for my 360 series. You know what I mean? Like I do. I have nowhere near Crap Gamer amount, but I mean, I have a decent 360 collection. And, when they become, back compat, I pop them in, I download them because I want them to be on my X1. But I just don't get excited, Crap. Like a lot of the audience. So like, I really wish that, like, I'm using Danny's example, like, so-and-so Kinect game from 360. Like, I'm not even playing a so-and-so Kinect game from Xbox One. So I can't say I would get really excited to go back circa, 2011. I don't know. What's your take, Crap? You have a lot more of the old Kinect games.
I have a lot of them, so I actually wouldn't mind because like the tracking would probably be better.
Right.
So if they could figure out finagle a way to do that, I think it'd be pretty cool. That's a good question. Maybe somebody should ask Phil that. You know what I mean? That is a damn good question, I think, So I think that's awesome. So I don't know.
I spent quite a few hours playing the golf game on Kinect Sports, so I would love to have that back because honestly, the Kinect Sports for the Xbox One wasn't as good in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was as good, but I do think that some of the stuff like the wave race was really fun on Kinect Sports Rival. I like that a lot. So, and the bowling, I love Kinect Sports bowling. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I dig it. I think it's pretty damn awesome. No lie.
Yeah, I mean, like you have Nikolai or Nicholas asked, when is Black Ops 2 coming to Xbox One? I think the answer to that is, who gives a shit? I think. Well, I mean, no, and that's not a bust on Nicholas at all. My point being is just that like Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster just came out and Infinite Warfare just came out. I mean, there's just so much shit. Like, I don't know. Like, how can people get that excited? Like, the remaster, you got me there, Crap, right? They built it from the ground up. Okay, it's got 2016 graphics and everything moving forward. I don't know I don't know. Like, Black Ops came out. I put it on. I was like, yay, it's 2009. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it, I guess.
Well, it's like I think people they gravitate towards certain Call of Duties and stuff like that. And
Okay.
Phil did say for the November update, which is the
it's
1
coming.
anniversary,
Yeah. It's coming.
that a lot of the fan requested favorites are going to be coming out this month. And I know for a fact that like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 are also going to come to the backwards compatibility program, which is cool. I think it's just options. I think that's cool. You know what I mean? One of the things that I love about what Microsoft is doing that's different than everybody else is they're kind of ending generations. And I kind of like that because you're always going to be able to take your games with you. And, like that's why I like, if you go back and play Call of Duty 4, that was at that borderline kind of area in 2007 where games still weren't like great looking.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I love the fact that that's updated and that looks just as good as any modern Call of Duty, in my opinion. And so you'll be able to take that with you on Scorpio, and you know what I'm saying? So I love that. I think that that's absolutely fantastic. And I think that we'll be seeing those other Call of Duty games come out probably this month or so. And I think the wait was just to get that initial launch surge with Infinite Warfare and the remaster. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
if they release Modern Warfare 2, maybe people might not get it. if they release Black Ops 2, maybe people might not get Infinite Warfare, you know, because those are the better games. Well, actually, not than Call of Duty 4, but a lot of people didn't want to pay $80. But I can safely say best $80 I spent, because the remastered Call of Duty 4 is amazing. And Infinite Warfare, from what I played, the campaign is really fantastic. The story's great. And it's funny because I was playing the multiplayer of Call of Duty 4 Remastered with Hellhammer yesterday, and you played a little bit with Hellhammer. He's really animated when he's playing.
Yes, he is.
Wow, man, I just died. Wow, what's going on? Like, he was complaining to no end. It was the funniest thing. Like, we were playing on Bog on Call of Duty 4, and he's like, my M16 doesn't do any damage, but theirs kill me every time in one shot. And he was just complaining, and he's like, his favorite line is, I'm done. Like, he's like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, he is animated. He's a lot of fun to play, man.
It's funny as hell, right? Because yesterday we were on Ball, he goes, this guy just killed me. And he's flipping out. He's like, with a fucking saw and Juggernaut. He's like, he just killed me, just standing there shooting in like a circle or something. And he spawns in. And he goes, he just killed me again. And then he spawned in again. He goes, it happened again. He's like, this noob, he keeps killing me with this damn saw. And he's like, and he does the sound. He goes, da-da-da-da-da-da. He's just standing there going, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was cracking up. I died about 6 times with that. But anyway, M&C Mornings, what's up?
That was great.
Okay. Hello, Mooch. Hello, Crab.
What up?
Hello, Mooch. Hello, Crab.
I'm thinking this guy don't know how it works.
Hello, my name is Afi. I'm from Indonesia.
Cool.
Just want to say hello to Mooch and Crab, and especially Crapgamer, because I first see his review about The Witcher 2 in Xbox 360. Okay, that's it. Maybe I'll call in next week. Thank you all.
Nice. That's cool. No, I think he was just calling to say what's up, but I don't know if he knew the
You can always tell they're a crapaholic because they're very reserved.
Yes. Yeah, the crapaholics are always, it's like they just got done like having their stint of morphine. They're like,
I think what he said was he's been a fan of mine since the Witcher, one of the Witcher reviews that I did. I think I did a Witcher 2 review like a long time ago, and he was a fan of that. So that was like 2012, I think. So he's been a long-time fan. Back when I was just like, welcome to Crappy Reviews, where the games aren't always crappy, but the reviews usually are.
That was really good. Man. You know, shout out again to XBot 448 when he had you on next and he had all of your old shit up. That was awesome.
that was awesome, dude. That was like the warmest welcome ever. You know what I mean? Like, they had my gameplay. They even had your gameplay where you're getting teabag, like smashed with the pumpkin head, and like that. The angle was just hilarious, man.
By the way, there's no teabagging involved. It was just a pumpkin smashing of glorious. Hey, look, it was. I'm glad you guys submitted that. That was wonderful. I'm glad I could be a part of it.
And so hey, welcome to, like, we got 320 watching us this morning, so that's pretty kick ass.
Cool. Very cool.
And so Hellhammer, which one of these days you got to hop in with us when we're on Call of Duty. We were just joking about back and forth because the first maps that I did by myself, I was doing really well. And then when we were playing together, we were kind of getting smacked around a bit. Like, there was something a little bit off with the gameplay or something. And Hellhammer was just like, wow, I'm done. The guy with the saw. I'm just like, I'm sitting there laughing at him so hard that I'm just dying over and over again, like about 6 deaths. And I just thought it was the funniest damn thing ever. And it was like, it's hilarious. Like, that's just really good time playing those games. You know what I mean? Like, the nostalgia stuff is great.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I'm getting messages now. One guy, he's like, I give a shit about Black Ops 2. Listen. Look, guys. Everyone holds near and dear to their heart a certain game, right? Right, Cop? I mean, that's kind of like a lot of the games I hear you talk about. Some you're just excited for, and some hold and resonate some kind of past, like a lot like what Jeff called in and said with podcasts. Some people relate certain issues in life to a game where they can turn the game on and kind of escape from reality for a little while. And so I totally get that. But myself personally, I get so excited with new games, new hardware, new technology that sometimes when someone's like, hey, Mooch, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? What do you want to talk about? And they're like, are you excited about like Black Ops 2? And I'm like, what? You know, I'm ready to talk about the next thing, and everyone wants to keep going. It seems like a lot of people want to keep going back, you know. So it's like that's where I lose a little bit of my attention on the older games. But by no means each game holds a certain like respect and value in everyone's hearts, and yet whatever they were going through at that time when they played it. Sometimes, like you say all the time, Crap, you played a lot of your multiplayer games, you played with your friends, you play with your brother, and you have all these stories that are really hysterical, and they still transpire to today. And I have those with my game, my friends that we played Call of Duty with. But it's just like, it just seems like what we're doing now with YouTube, it seems like we're always like, what's up, what's next, what's coming, down the road. So that's why I don't get that excited.
I managed. I was like, I got to like level, I think 25 yesterday on, you know what I mean? So we played for a good bit.
Are you playing the remaster? Was that the remaster or Infinite?
Yeah, that was the remaster.
You got to get me in there, Crap. If you guys play today, hit me up. Even if it's a little football, I'll snap. I'll snap the 4 o'clock game and put and do a little Modern Warfare.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be playing. And actually, we could use somebody that, because it's just been us.
Right.
And so like when you play with randoms, that you can't communicate with them and they don't listen. They just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of snipers on there. Whoo, like and Hellheimer's like, I don't remember there being this many snipers on Call of Duty 4. I was like, are you kidding me? There was some maps where all you would hear was ping, 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 and people like trying to no scope and barrels. Like, oh my god, it'd be fun. Like if we could stream that shit, we'd be superstars, because Hellheimer is so damn funny. It's like, wow, the guy barrel stuffed me. How's he even shoot me? It looks like he's covering his eyes. He triple flashbanged me. It's like I can hardly it's so hilarious. It's absolutely funny. And I'm gonna definitely be playing some more of that today. Hey Jay, do we have any more voicemails? I know we got a ton. So who do we have? Who's dying to get in here and
Jay Williams
and talk to us? J Dubs.
J Dubs, pardon me.
Yeah.
Formerly known as Jay Williams.
In the middle of taking a call. Just give me one moment.
Oh, okay. Where Jay is like, apparently, like I was talking to Jay pre-show, and he's like, it's like the Bat Cave. He's like, I got 4 screens.
Oh, he shows the picture. Did you see the picture he sent out last week?
No, not last week. I didn't.
Oh, it's intense. You got to see his setup. He's got like 8 monitors. He looks like NASA controls.
Just for M&C Mornings. So
just M&C Mornings. You just imagine.
Yes, just imagine. Welcome to M&C Mornings. What's up? Mark out. Hello. Put us over.
This is Mohammed from Toronto. My question was regarding Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sales. How well do you guys think the game sold? I was just checking the Amazon charts. It's not ranked very highly compared to last year's Black Ops 3. This isn't doing very well. I think by Monday we're gonna find out that on in the UK it sold pretty bad. What are your thoughts on that? Thanks.
Okay, good question. You know what's weird? A lot of, and I hate to say this, is I've been buying multiplayer games digitally. You know, I bought Battlefield 1 digital. I have Gears 4 digital. I have Titanfall 2 digital.
I bought everything digital too, Crap, except for Call of Duty, but go ahead.
Yeah. And the reason being is these games are so, well, first of all, I game share with my brother, so
I think that's first and foremost, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like he bought some, I bought some, you know what I mean? And so and that makes sense. Also, when we used to do midnight launches for Call of Duty where you go down to the store and buy it, and then because you could just pop them on your 360 and play. Like you couldn't do that on PS3 because it was Blu-ray, and so you had to install your stuff. But on 360, man, you had the life. You just bought your game, brought it home, popped the disc in, and play, right? So you could get some time in the play. With digital preloading, I had the games preloaded a week and a half, 2 weeks in advance or something like that. So, I mean, I think that just makes it easier. That meant at midnight, guess what I was playing? Call of Duty 4 Remaster campaign.
I didn't even get home because I went to the launch. See, I told you we used to do this all the time. So me and a couple of buddies, we still kept up half the tradition. We all went out to, this time it was Thursday Night Football. Back in the day, it used to be Monday Night Football because of a Tuesday release.
Yeah.
This time it was on Friday.
Loving the Friday releases, though. I like that.
I do too. So we went to Thursday Night Football, and then I caught a little bit of the OKC game. They were playing the Warriors that night. It was a great game. And then I was like, okay. I went over. I already prepaid the game, so I already had a number in line. So then I just walked over. They had what was it there? There was a line, but they had everybody in groups, right? So it was about 12:20. I got my game at 12:20. Went home, but like you just said, had to start downloading it. It didn't stop downloading until a little about 1 o'clock. Took about 45 minutes, and then I played an hour and a half of the campaign. I was like, I gotta go to work. Well, I didn't have to go to work, but I had to get up. So it was like I was like, fuck it. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, I think that it'd be difficult to say. Like somebody was saying in the chat that fake Angry Joe or whatever did a video saying there was only 15,000 concurrent Steam users on the game.
Yeah,
I don't think that PC was ever a big market for Call of Duty.
Right.
I see a ton of people on my friends list playing Call of Duty.
Everybody's playing Call of Duty. It's just like every year for me. I look at my friends list and 50 to 60% are playing Call of Duty, which is exactly what I've seen the past couple of years.
Yeah. So I think Call of Duty, even if it does sell, even on the times when they have lesser sales, like I believe like Ghost was a bit of a lesser sales or whatever, they still end up selling like 24 million or whatever. So I think that they're going to be fine long term, and I think that the game is surprisingly good. Like I was surprised that the campaign's good. She-Wolf was telling me that she liked the zombies. Remember how she was like, yeah, that zombies look stupid.
Yeah.
Right. And then yesterday she was telling me, oh, it's really fun.
And she's a good judge though, because her and GKB play a lot of that zombies. GKB loves zombies. And for him to say it was awesome, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah. So, and he also he red boxed Titanfall 2, so he's gonna let people know how it is. So he'll back up what I'm saying, guaranteed.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think we should take another voicemail just because we can. So Jay, do we have
an awesome voicemail from Mooch's #1 fan?
Oh, great.
Okay.
Good morning, Xbox people. This is the Creepy Bunny again. And first of all, I want to say thank you 47 million times for answering my question last week. And Mooch, I still highly disagree with you, but it's your opinion. I gotta respect it. This is not a debate, and we gotta move on. So, this week, Mooch, Horizon Zero Dawn. You can give this game a break, man. Why this extreme skepticism, especially towards the plot, the story? You say this game will be boring. You say that this game, like, you will need to buy a pack of Red Bulls to go through this game.
This is true.
Where does this come from? What did we see about this game? We know that we know the protagonist. We know the gameplay. We know the genre. We know who we're fighting. We know the general setting. We know Aloy. It's supposed to figure out her past. After all, she's an outcast of her village. We know she's supposed to figure out the provenience of these machines. Like, if Guerrilla tells you right now all the answers, then what will be all the hype about? What's even the point of playing and go through the game without this mystery? Yes, Guerrilla's stories have never been comparable to a Stephen King's novel, but we do know that these guys right now are being held by Bethesda and CD Projekt Red's employees. So, I mean, I don't know if that's for the gameplay or something else, but regardless, that's a great addition to the team. So, where is all this lack of faith coming from? Seriously, what did you know about Recore before that game came out? What do you know about Scalebound right now? What can you tell me about Scalebound right now? What can you tell me about the story of Crackdown 3? Like, why can't your drive to criticism towards PS4 games be applied to Xbox games as well? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for your attention, and I shall be back. And Crap, you're next.
Oh, there you go, Crap. Hey, listen.
Well, what was the rhythmic slapping going on there? I don't know. Like,
I'm not sure either.
Doing a slapping noise.
Somebody get Creepy Bunny off the edge of a building. First of all, second of all, listen, buddy. Here's the thing. Okay, so first, let's just his 50-minute rant. Let's break it down. The beginning of his rant, he's saying, I don't understand why you're down on Horizon. Meanwhile, then he plugs in his own interpretation of what Guerrilla Games has taken now 3 attempts at a 5 to 10 minute video telling us what this game's about, and nobody knows what it's about. Okay, to answer your question about Recore, nobody from Recore came out and told us what it was about, and then we were like, I don't get it. You ask people about Horizon, they're like, well, there's a big elephant that looks like it's half robot, half elephant. And you can clearly see that the girl kills the elephant. And then it looks like a dinosaur. And look, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The guy is taken to the stage 3 times now, having his own 10-minute clip that they've done on YouTube on Sony's channel, and I still have no idea what it's about. Now, can I say that about what is it there? He said Scalebound, or you say that about Crackdown 3? Crackdown 3 is a continuation of Crackdown 1 and 2. So if you don't know what Crackdown 3 is, Creepy Bunny, do me a favor. Before you send the voicemail, do some homework and play Crackdown 1 and 2. Yeah. As far as Scalebound goes, Scalebound doesn't even have a release date.
Neither does Crackdown.
Crackdown doesn't either. So those games haven't come out yet, and I've already come out and said that as far as Scalebound goes, I'm not super excited about Scalebound quite yet. I want to, the jury's still out on that one. So let me just say that first and foremost. But getting back to Horizon, Guerrilla they make games that put people into comas. They just do. They're a terrible writer. Now, if they picked up a couple people from CD Projekt Red and like you were saying, the other company there, Bethesda, maybe they're going to get something cooking here. But they haven't shown us anything. And this just in, people, February's 2.5 months away. Okay? Yeah. So we're not very far from this release, and nobody knows what this game's about. He's like, and do you hear Creepy Bunny? He goes, this girl who ran away from the tribe, and she's an outcast. And hey, Creepy Bunny, when did you get a pass to Guerrilla Games so you can find out from the actual author? None of us actually know this stuff. And it looks like an empty environment, crap. It looks like there's not a lot going on. And I guess my question would be this. Creepy Bunny, why are you so excited about this game when you have Guerrilla Games that only has sales because Sony has starved their gamers of first-person shooters? That's the only reason Killzone got any kind of numbers. There's nothing else to play on there that's a first-person shooter for the most part, okay? Everybody, don't take that quote and run to Phil. My point is like it just has it's not there's not that many games out there. Yeah. There's not that many games. So Guerrilla Games has got like this false claim to fame. And I don't know. I mean, that's my take on it, crap. I just don't think that Guerrilla Games has done a good job letting us know 2 months out a major release. Nobody knows what this game is, and it looks very barren. It looks very there's not a lot going on in between these big kills that you see on screen. And I'm sure there's going to be more to it. Of course there's going to be more to it. Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful game. But I don't know if it's going to keep our attention.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take a call. What's up, M&C Mornings?
Crap, you're next, by the way.
I know. Dun, dun, dun.
You won't sleep all week.
Hey, guys. Pretty late for me here. I'm Infinite Retro. I actually don't have a question. I just wanted to say to you guys that you do a great job. I've been in the community a long time, and I've seen the fanboys go back and forward. And as a former Sony pony, I have to commend you guys on not being bad in the community. Ignore what people say, do what you do, because as long as you keep it on gaming, that makes you better than a lot of people I see in the Sony camp. And tell you what, 6 years is a long time to be around here, but you guys are what you used to do, and that was keeping it gaming and keeping it real. So yeah, well done, guys, and keep on doing it.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, again, I would take the high road. I think me and Mooch and everybody pretty much does take the high road. It doesn't really pay off to, to argue with people that have a difference of opinion. You know what I mean? Like they want to try to make it personal or whatever. And as far as I'm concerned, that's stupid. We're gamers. Right. We talk gaming, and that's what I like to keep doing it. It'd be easy enough to kind of get into something, sidetracked into something else, but then that would deter from the gaming stuff that I have. Like literally, and I've explained this to Mooch and everybody. They're like, how do you do so much content and all this stuff? And I'm like, it's not as hard as you think. You know what I mean? It's like I schedule my stuff. I do at the beginning of the week, I'll sit down and write out opinion pieces or maybe some reviews that I have ready to go or whatever. And then I just do it from there. And any kind of beefing or going back and forth with anybody who, frankly, I think I'm better than these guys anyway. And so me not responding is just me kind of rubbing that in that I'm better. Yeah. So I kind of get the laugh out of that anyway. And I know that sounds conceited as hell, right? It does. But that's just how I think about it. You know what I mean? If you're going to do something, do it well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of these people that you guys in the audience are watching that attack me, Zaire, these guys have, channels that aren't working and things that are just not going their way in certain aspects, and they want us to mention their names. They want this and that, but as you'll always see that me and Crap and, me and Crap definitely on this show, we have a policy. We'll never bring their names up. We won't give them any publicity. That's just not how we do it. And it's funny because, they try to portray us as actually the bad guys. and we're the ones that actually try to take the high road. You know what I mean? Listen, Twitter is an open forum, okay? If you'll notice, majority, I would say 90% of my tweets, I don't at anybody. I only talk about the discussion at hand. If somebody wants to take my clip and send it to somebody, well, that's their right. I don't care. That's fine. But we never antagonize or bother anybody in the industry. We only keep our opinions to we mention our opinions. It's an open forum. But if you want to take it and run with it, that's what most of these guys do. They're haters, guys. And thanks for recognizing that we don't play that game.
We love the community. Yeah, we're definitely not trying to divide it, but we're also not claiming to speak for anybody either. Just ourselves.
That's my point. Exactly.
If you gravitate towards it, great. If not, that's great too. So anyway, let's go ahead and take this call. What's up, M&C Mornings? How you doing?
Hey now.
Hey. Hello. Hey. M&C Mornings. I know I heard the phone ring.
The mic is yours.
What's going on, Mooch and Crap? This is King James from Twitter.
Nice.
My question is, are there any features with the current Xbox One and One S that you want to see improve with the Scorpio? Or are there any specific features with the Scorpio, like any new features with the Scorpio that you guys would like to see? Thanks, guys. Your show is awesome.
Hey, thanks, King James. He's a good supporter. I always retweet his stuff because he likes my videos a lot and stuff like that. So anytime I retweet something that somebody's liked, one of my videos, that's basically me saying thanks. You know what I mean? Because it'd be a lot to just go thanks. But it is, I'm a self-advertising kind of person, so I do that a lot. But yeah, I appreciate you calling in and watching and supporting us. Features that the Xbox One or the Xbox One S have now that could be improved for Scorpio. I would, wow, it's hard saying because honestly, everything is much improved on there as far as I can see already. You know what I mean? Like I like everything that's on there now. So I guess they've really increased the speeds and all that stuff. There's a couple little issues that I noticed that I don't know who else has this problem, but like when I'm replying to a message, sometimes the digital keyboard in the thing will lock up, or sometimes when I go to load YouTube, it won't let me do anything. It'll just load up and then I'll have to back out and do. So there's those are like a couple little glitches. I guess work the glitches out, I suppose. But other than that, I think that I actually really like what's going on with the direction of the UI and that stuff.
Yeah, not just that crap, but you kind of nailed it. First of all, Mikey Barr and his team have done a hell of a job answering a lot of the requests and getting things done that we've asked for the past 3 years. They've really caught up to that to-do list. But if you want to just say nitpicking, I'm not nitpicking, but something I'd like enhanced, I'd like them to take the snap feature and play with it. Now, I'm not saying I want this or I want that because that's not fair, and I'm not really sure I haven't put enough time and thought into it. But I think the snap feature is one of the most dominant things the Xbox One can do that no gaming system has ever thought of. To be able to enable you to watch TV, especially with sports. I just said it's a crap. I would love to play Modern Warfare at the 4 o'clock game and still keep the NFL snapped in the corner so I can just keep track of my fantasy points, things like that. My point being is play with the snap feature, Xbox. Give us variations on TV, the size of the screen, how much of the TV we can actually enable. Maybe we can do it, not 50-50. That doesn't make any sense. But be able to make it a certain, a little bit bigger maybe, or maybe not have. What if we could snap the TV like a picture-in-picture crap? Where it wasn't like a where we cut a quarter of the screen out.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were able to play and it was the same box, but it was floating like a picture-in-picture in the right-hand corner. That would be stupid amazing, like just stellar. So
absolutely.
Just a thought there. I'm trying to reach outside the box for that caller and think of something that we haven't mentioned yet.
Hell yeah. And now we got another call. M&C Mornings. How you guys doing? What's up? Hello.
Hey guys, thanks for all the much love and the support for letting me know how you guys feel about it, my homeless situation and coming out of it. And I also wanted to get your guys' take on what do you think the Final Fantasy multiplayer, you think it's just a cash grab or something they just added on at the last minute because they were trying to placate somebody? Thanks for everything, guys, and see you next time.
Nice.
Hey, good to hear back from Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, nice to hear from you, buddy. No crap. I don't know. You know more about that than I do. I kind of got filled in on Crossfire about that. Apparently, it's not a pay to win. It's a pay to play.
Yeah, pay to play like co-op or something like that. And I do think that that's stupid. Here's the thing. I wish that I don't have a problem with microtransactions for skins and stuff. I have a problem with it If it's going to give you an advantage, like with a weapon or something like that, then I have a problem with it. But for skins and looks, I don't care. So I wish that all these companies would just do like free DLC maps and free DLC, and then just do microtransactions, because people want to look different or whatever. And I don't think that having people pay to play co-op or multiplayer is a good idea. It sets a bad precedent.
Yeah. You know, I almost want to answer a caller back. If I don't know if I would assume Creepy Bunny listens to the show. Crap. My question for him is, why is your allegiance to Sony? It goes to anybody, but if Creepy wants to answer it next week when he calls in, why do you have an allegiance to Sony that hasn't given you any games? And when I say that, here we go. They're gonna. I'm not talking about Persona 4.
They're gonna have Kamasaki.
Kamasaki Dragon 18 that's coming out. I'm not talking about all those games. I'm talking about mainstream games. Where's your God of War? Why did it take 3.5 years to get out Uncharted? Where are all the games? Where are the games that people keep saying that, the Parappa the Rapper and all this other shit? Where's all your games? Why do you defend a company? Where's Guerrilla Games made a game at launch? Okay, here's something you don't hear me say all the time. Respawn made a game 2 years after it launched Titanfall 1. Where are the games? Where is this?
Hey, where's their Gran Turismo? That's their base game. Here,
why did Drive Club fail?
Yeah, we're gonna get a Forza Motorsport 7 next year with the launch of Scorpio in 4K 60. And they've done it and they do it like clockwork. And
why do you defend PlayStation Now is $50 or $60 a year for you when it was free, and you've gotten no new services and basically the same maintenance calls every month?
Plus, that's completely DRM based.
Yeah, and it's DRM. Why? Yeah, and that's right, Creepy. Why is it back in 2013? You're like, I don't want to be plugged into the internet all the time, and now you're fine with it. And now they're saying with the Pro, for all your 4K content as far as movies, sorry, no 4K player. Download it.
Go buy our $300
DRM.
Go buy our $300 Ultra Blue or our $400 Ultra Blu-ray player. You know what I mean? That's what they want to do.
Jack, hey, Creepy, here's another one. Why is Jack Trenton not there anymore? Why is Fat Boy Boys not there anymore? Why are people
Boys got
fleeing
the hell
Sony?
out of there because of No Man's Sky?
Why are people leaving your company and Microsoft's only hiring new people? Nobody's left since Phil's taken over. And nobody wants to leave Phil's regime. People love Phil's leadership.
Yeah, why would you leave that? I mean, everything's turning around.
If I was an employee of Phil's, forget my opinions on the outside. If I was an employee of Phil's, I know that ship is riding high for a long time. I'm saying, if he says put the sails up, I'm right there. You know what I mean? Like, my point being is, it's your company that's actually downgrading and faltering. Yet you're the ones that keep sitting behind there being like, but don't you remember our sales? Listen, buddy, nobody cares. And until you show me a pay stub from Sony, you're who cares how many you sold? 47 million shipped? Well, Xbox has 37 million shipped. There you go. I made a number. Everybody can say a number, and I mean, so I guess, that's my question back to him is, you call every week and people scratch their heads like, oh, that's a good question for Mooch or Crap. That's a good question. Yeah. Well, my question for Sony fans are, what's your allegiance? What is it you've been playing? It's probably a third-party game.
What I would ask the Creepy Bunny is, what has Guerrilla Games done to make you excited for this game, to make you think that they could make an RPG?
Great point.
I mean, you can say, well, they hired 1 or 2 people from CD Projekt Red or whatever. Great. But what were their contributions to any of the Witcher games? Were they new? Were they a producer? Were they an artist? I mean, were they a checker? You know what I mean? Like, what was their role? Because as far as I'm concerned, Guerrilla Games has put out some of the most forgettable stories in a long line of forgettable stories. Like all the Killzone games, I couldn't tell you what happened in those games. The only name that I remember is someone named Rico from, I think, the second one. They were so bad. Like the PS fanboys used to always say, Gears is dude bro, no good stories. But everybody likes the Gears stories. I used to only play Gears for the story. I was not a multiplayer fan of that franchise. Yeah. With Killzone, that game just had the worst dude bro. Like, it was the stupidest stuff that I've ever seen. It's lame. I'm not exactly sure. You know what I mean? Like, I have that game pre-ordered, Horizon Zero Dawn, just because, I go a year between big releases. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And that's why people are always like, yo, crap, why do you always hate on PlayStation? I'm like, I don't hate on them. I own every PlayStation console, every one, even the handheld.
It's not hate. It's just the lesser of two products as far as I'm concerned. It's
I'm
not
a consumer.
hate.
Yeah, I'm a consumer. I bought one of these damn things, and there's no games on it. I own 10 now because guess what? And I even try the ones that get the bad reviews. Like I have No Man's Sky. I bought it used, of course, but you know I have it because why not, right? Because there ain't shit coming out. It's like if you don't buy the crap, then you would literally have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like I buy the crap. I bought The Order 1886. I bought Godzilla. I bought Drive Club. I bought No Man's Sky. I bought
Trash.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I have all this. You know what I mean?
And that's not, you know, people can say, oh, that's our opinion. That's not our opinion. Anybody who's been playing games for as long as we have, you can't tell. You had Forza Horizon 2 come out, right? I think at the time that you had fucking Drive Club come out. And Forza Horizon 2, you're like knocking barns over, people, this, that. You're running all over the place, open world. And if you just veered slightly off the road in Drive Club, you were deducted points. I mean, like, it's just, it looked like a shell of a game. Listen to what else you said, The Order. The Order is just a movie. You know, Until Dawn. I understand you liked the crap. My brother liked it too. Like, my point is that, like, I played it. I played about 3 hours.
It's not for everybody, but
it's just on rails.
Yeah.
It's just on rails. You just choose a path. It's like a Nancy Drew book or a Hardy Boys book. I mean, there's nothing to the goddamn thing.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
for everybody, but I like that style. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it was like a good kind of like scary thriller type game, you know, you're trying to uncover what's going on and stuff. And I dug it. You know what I mean? Like, for me.
Yeah, but crap, when you say I dug it and it was my kind of game, I'm not arguing with you, but it's like if you told me you went to a great dinner and you're like, the asparagus was just great. It was awesome. And I'm sure they prepared it amazingly, but like nobody wants to hear you brag about the asparagus.
Yeah, I know. But look, I'm just saying that was one that took me by surprise. Like the Ratchet and Clank, like out of all the games I have, like the Ratchet and Clank one is good. Uncharted 4 is good. Until Dawn is good. But like for the most part, all the other stuff that I have
is screams bad. Next gen out of those three titles you just said? Except for the movie aspect and The Order. I mean, I don't know.
Nothing
like,
really.
Nothing.
I mean, yeah, it's
nothing. And people are like, well, Mooch, what's next gen about? I mean, come on, man. I mean, Halo 5 looks amazing. You've got Gears 4 with 6. Sunset Overdrive. If you're not talking about Sunset Overdrive, listen, Sunset Overdrive is getting a lot of great press right now, especially from the community. Sunset Overdrive was fun, fast-paced, graphically, like just it was a cartoony game. So, you know, that Ratchet and Clank style. I mean, same developer, right? But it had a lot happening all at once. I don't know. I just see Microsoft push the envelope a little more.
I like Sunset Overdrive a lot more than Ratchet and Clank. I just thought Ratchet and Clank for like a budget. I didn't. And again, I got you know my situation with that. So that game just was a nice look. And at a time when there was literally nothing, like I had gone like 13 months on PS4 without something new. So I don't buy multiplats on PS4. I don't buy indies on PS4. I buy the exclusives, and so it's disappointing. And I buy big exclusives, and I'm not. No offense to anybody that likes Japanese games, but I'm more into the style of games that I like. You know, I like Uncharted, God of War, racing games, Ratchet. You know, those platformers like Jak and Daxter. I like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into like some of the other stuff. So for me, they haven't had anything. You know, it's just not very impressive.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's different strokes for different folks. I get that. But, like, you know, realistically, when you look at an overview, Microsoft's just giving you a better product this generation. And it's just a shame the media pushed the casuals in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think now we have a caller on M&C Mornings. What's up?
Hey, Mooch. Hey, crap, it's Jason Jones calling in from Trenton, New Jersey. Mooch, you are right. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Modern Warfare Remastered is awesome. I'm loving every second of it. You guys were just talking about Sunset Overdrive. I saw K-Mega playing Rise Son of Rome earlier today. What are your chances of there possibly being a sequel? Because I love the story. The story was great, and I think the multiplayer was very underrated as well, too, the whole arena combat aspect of it. Love everything you guys do. I'm a crapaholic. Good job, guys. Talk to you later.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, crapaholics in the house.
Very nice.
I love Rise Son of Rome. I thought it had a fantastic. That was the first game that I played.
Yeah.
I got home. I went to the midnight launch for the Xbox One. I got home. You had to wait for that install and everything. And then I think by 1:30, 2 o'clock, I was playing Rise. And I was like, this is awesome. This is next generation. That game looks phenomenal.
Yes.
And I love the story. And even the multiplayer I liked. It was like the co-op horde type stuff. I thought that was fantastic. For me, they did a launch right. They had a good bunch of games, a variety of games. And so that's why I went with the Xbox One. And I would love to see the Rise 2. Will we see one? I don't know. I have a feeling and I don't want, don't get me wrong, I don't want Crytek to close up shop. Definitely not. I hate it when developers close and all that stuff. But I would like them to maybe sell the IP to Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I could see Microsoft having some interest in that.
This has been a huge debate this week, Crap. So my 2 cents was this. I think Sunset Overdrive is the better candidate to get the sequel. And that's not because I'm just a favorite. There's less work. Think of it as in terms of work, everybody in the audience. Just stop for a second. If we're the developing team and I say, here's Sunset Overdrive, make me a sequel, or here's Rise, Son of Rome, make me a sequel. There's less to do with Sunset Overdrive 2. All the fundamentals are already there in Sunset Overdrive. So all they have to do is go in, make the game 4-player co-op in the open world, in the game itself. I would say make another enemy type or 2, and then I would just make more side missions, more things to do, and more things to jump on and off of. Now you're probably going, Mooch, that sounds like a lot. It's not when you have the fundamentals built already, and they did that. So
they already have everything ready. Yeah.
Imagine if what I just said came true. 2 or 3 more enemy types, more things to latch onto, stream off of, jump this and that, make more side missions, and make it 4-person co-op for the campaign. That game is off the chain. And then make the multiplayer not Chaos Squad. Get rid of Chaos Squad. Make the multiplayer literally just a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch versus.
But imagine it like a Splatoon, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Not with the paint, but you know what I'm saying? Where it was that kind of open world with 5v5 with all those crazy weapons and shit and traps we could set. Sick. Even if it's just team deathmatch and King of the Hill. That's it. Even if you launch with just that game is Pulitzer. That game is selling millions of copies. I'm guaranteeing it.
I agree. Well, first of all, we have to look at the thing. When that game released, it released at a bad time where there was a lot of AAA multiplats releasing. You still had a big amount of Xbox hate at that time in 2014. Remember, people were absolutely still hated Xbox. They still do. A lot of people still do. But it was really rampant back then still. And so people ignored the game. We don't know how well it sold. They say it sold okay. So, but now you have more people buying Xbox One. Remember, they gave it as a free games with Gold game, and that was a month at Xbox One NPD.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that that says a lot. And now you can pick the game up for $10-15 used. So
I'm jumping back and forth here, Crap. But just so I'm going to go on record. Usually I try to hold everything I say to my word. I'm going to buy Horizon for PS4 day one, Crap, because
me too.
Much like what you said, where you bought some of those older nostalgia games for PlayStation because you just wanted to use the system. I didn't go that route, but I will be buying. I do plan on buying Horizon day one. I bought Uncharted 4 day one. And that's the reason we bought the PlayStation. A lot of Xbox guys that own PlayStations bought them for their exclusives.
Yeah.
And
you know who bought one? A PlayStation again? Noof Nukem.
Noof Nukem.
Noof Nukem. Yeah, he sold his old one and then he bought another one.
He's the co-host elect, right? He's not technically the winner of the console.
Yeah, he's the
co-host elect.
He's possible co-host elect 2017.
Will he be signed in before or after the President of the United States gets signed in January, February?
Yeah, so
we don't know.
I have no idea.
I can see She-Wolf right now throwing a coffee cup against the wall, cursing Mooch. No, it's. Oh, there she goes. Look at she's in the chat.
Just in time for that.
That was great. So Noof did pick up another. Noof, you should call in and try again. Jay says lines are open. M&C Mornings on Skype. But, the thing is, I was saying to you is Noof says he bought it basically, I think, for the same thing. I think he just wanted it for the exclusives. I don't think you're going to see Noof a lot hanging out on PlayStation. Granted, he got it yesterday, so he was on yesterday. But, hey, you know what? Listen, when a lot of Xbox guys go and get a PlayStation 4, that's great because maybe we'll get a game where I'll actually want to play over there, multiplayer or something. Like I want to go over there.
That was the first time I played with Mooch. Was we all played and South and War. We actually
all played Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta.
Yeah, I was smacking fools.
You were smacking some people. That is true.
And we got M&C Mornings caller. What's up? How you guys doing? Hello. ¿Cómo estás?
Oh man! Oh, she just is that she just called in to do that, Jay?
That was it.
Oh, that's great. That's it. You're Jay. That is all.
That's it. Well, dude, I didn't think she was out there in the audience, and then there she was, like just in time, like for you to make that dig. So that's hilarious. Hey, do we have any more voicemails?
We have a voicemail, Jay?
Yeah, we do. Here's one from someone very special.
Someone very.
I love all the celebrities we get, Jay. Oh,
yes.
Crap.
Hello, Mooch. Hello, Crap. It's your dear friend, Mark Cerny, and I'll have you know, Mooch, that I'm here drinking a cold glass of milk while playing Titanfall 2 on my PS4 Pro in glorious 4K checkerboard. My question, however, is for the Crap Gamer. I know you like to go on about how much more powerful the Scorpio is than my PS4 Pro, and how superior Microsoft engineers are, but I'll have you know, Crap Gamer, that true 4K is only possible on an 8 teraflop machine, and when I downsample my flagellator, overclock the regulator, and pump up my Holly Carb, my PS4 Pro jumps flops more than your precious Scorpio. Fellas, you can Box Live code to me, Mark Cerny, P.O. Box 123 Gumdrop Lollipop Lane, San Francisco, California.
Cerny, California.
2 copies of my next masterpiece, Knack 2. 4K checkerboard support.
Oh my God!
Wow.
I just want to let everyone Mark. Thanks for calling in and leaving a voicemail. That was my favorite call-in of M&C Mornings.
Yeah, we get all the celebrities, man. Mark Cerny's a fan. Yoshida's a fan. He sounds like a classic villain. He's like,
yeah, that was almost like what was that guy's? What's that guy's name in Family Guy that does the giggity laugh?
Quagmire.
Listen, I got news for you. First of all, the best part of that whole thing, which I wish I wasn't laughing over, I hope the audience heard, was it 123 Gumdrop Lane, San Francisco, California.
Yeah, well, you know, it's hilarious because with that whole 8 teraflop thing, because the narrative they push is 4K, and now it's like checkerboard. But the funniest thing is that the checkerboard argument, people hated that with Quantum Break, remember?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like the greatest thing
ever.
It's
great. Yeah, it's great. Hey, guys, everybody, all you Sony fans that hate it, go out and buy an Xbox One and Quantum Break because now you guys love checkerboard. Now you can enjoy 1080p in true checkerboard fashion.
Yeah, I mean, if checkerboarding is so great, we should all just get these companies to checkerboard for us. I mean, that's the next best thing. You know, checkerboarding and so congrats to Mark Cerny for calling in, and
we're bigger than I thought. Crap. I mean, we've got Yoshida calling in, we've got Mark Cerny calls in. This is really catching on.
Yeah, we're doing damn good. I think that's no
one else has Mark Cerny calling in on a Sunday morning.
I think so too. Hey Jay, is there a particular drop that we have now, huh? Just so people don't flip out.
Yeah, we should do a drop on that. You never know.
What do you think, Jay? Is Jay Williams even here?
That's
To M&C in the mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Just jokes, folks. No need to
Just jokes, people.
Just jokes. Come on, we're entertaining. We're a bunch of entertaining people, and so yeah, just
Governor of that hate. Governor of that hate.
Yes,
relax.
Exactly. You guys don't need to flip out.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
This would be a good time, I think, for Jay Williams to let the audience know, if Jay's here, a little bit about the special thing we got coming along for our audience to know.
A lot of people have been asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay, do you want to speak about it?
What do you mean if I'm here?
Well, sometimes you go to the bathroom.
Sometimes you got a break or something. I do that all the time, especially with Crossfire. Sometimes I'll see a mic muted, or someone will say I'm stepping away for a second. So I don't want to be like, hey, so Jay, why don't you get into this huge story? And I do this whole build up, and then you're like, crickets.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so I usually just check in. It's an old mooch.
I usually try to tell you guys before I have to leave my desk, leave the back cave, but for the most part, I'm here.
He goes, what do you mean in my ear?
I'm actually wearing wireless headphones so that if I have to go to the washroom, I can still hear you guys calling my name.
Can
Jay,
we
you
hear,
are so
can we hear you
prepared.
take a piss? Because that's
No,
what.
I don't have that mic turned on my headphones, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
That'll be like Naked Gun 33 1/3, if anyone knows.
So Jay, what's this big news that we have that a lot of people have been asking us to do with the show? So what's going on with that?
So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting all of the podcasts for M&C Mornings on iTunes. I'm in the process now of getting all this working. It's a little bit of a process because you need to use a media server and you have to link things, and this is all technical stuff that people don't care about. But step 1, step 2 is done. Step 3 is on its way. As soon as that's all done, what we'll do is we'll send out links to everybody, and you should be able to, when it's all finished, search us up on iTunes, search for M&C Mornings, and we'll come up there and you subscribe. And depending on what kind of apps you're using on phones, it'll automatically download the latest episodes to your phones. For computers, it's a matter of, I think you can basically do the same thing, or you can do it manually, download them and listen to them at your leisure, and download them onto any device really and play them in your car. So that's all coming down the road, and I will let you guys know when it's all ready.
Oh yeah, that's something we get all the time. People are like, hey, are you guys ever going to put your stuff on iTunes, because I'd love to listen to it in the car or whatever. So yeah, now we are actually doing that, and we are going to do that specifically for you guys. So why don't you buy a shirt and or a mug and help us support it, because it costs money for us to actually do that. Like we don't make anything off that.
iTunes is strictly money out, zero money in. But what it does is it gives the fans a great service. So we're more than happy to do it for everybody. And to be honest with you, I've had a lot of people write me and they say, what I'd really, really like is I'd really, really like to be able to listen to you guys without having to have the video streaming off my phone or off my, whatever device they're using. So this helps them to download it and listen to it on the go with their actual screen turned off. So
yeah. So well, I'm happy, because anywhere that we can reach people, hey man, I'm all for it. I think that's awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah, what's up? And the thing is, Mooch, like I see what's going on in the chat box, and people are like this and that, but it's like you ask these people, well, why would people watch you or listen to you guys, this and that? And like I ask them legitimately, and they're incapable of really.
No, they can't.
Of really answering. You sit there and you ask them, and they're just like, well, this and this and this, and I'm like, 2 years ago this was something, and everything's been rectified since then. And then they're just like, you know what I mean? It's like no matter what you say, I guess sometimes people just.
Well, you got to keep in mind, I said this a lot when I first started YouTube, and I didn't back off it. I just kind of went into a different direction. But a lot of the Sony fans, let's be honest, they're just kids. They're just trolls. They don't know what. That's why when you said I asked them a legitimate question and you didn't get anything back, it's just time to hit the old block button. That's why when people are like, I don't block on Twitter. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. It's a kid.
It's a
kid.
It's some 12, 13-year-old.
So you block them, and when you block a kid, it's like sending a kid to his room. It's over. Like that's why people are like, I'm not giving him the satisfaction. Why would you not? Like, just block him and move on with your life. People that don't block people on Twitter because they feel like they're giving someone satisfaction, you can even tell that it does work, because on a lot of those people's pages on Twitter, they write, go ahead and block me. I love that. What? Yeah. Why would you love that? You're gone. You're a never was. You disappear. So, block them. Get rid of them.
Exactly. So I think that it's absolutely hilarious. Hey, we already have another call. What's up? M&C Mornings.
What's going on, Mooch? What's going on, Crap? My question today is more like a question to the ponies and the extremists, the Sony extremists out there in the chat right now. I'm wondering, when we talk about exclusives, they always bring up games like One Piece, Attack on Titan, King of Fighters, and stuff like that. I'm wondering, first of all, they're saying they're great games, but they don't sell. All right? And I'm wondering, bring up these games. Why do they care so much about these games when they don't sell, and then Sony doesn't care about them either? Because when was the last time you saw a Sony commercial that had Persona 5, King of Fighters, One Piece, and games like that? When was the last time you saw them in a PlayStation commercial? I'm just wondering, guys, hopefully you could go off like the spirit of Crossfire here and take my statement and kind of run with it. But you guys are doing a great job. I love this show. Tune in every Sunday. Keep doing what you guys are doing. And, you know I'm here, man.
Yo,
what's going on?
What's going on, Xbot 448
329 Jenny.
Listen, Xbot is an awesome guy in the community. Let me just do a plug for him real quick. If you're not watching Next Podcast, you're doing yourself an injustice. He puts a lot of time and energy into it, and he actually gives a shit about the community. So please do check him out. Him and his wife, Snapsuckers, does a really good job. But like, in all honesty, let's talk about what he's saying. Like, you know, their games come out, they rant and rave about them, they throw them on these lists, but nobody buys them. Nobody buys. And again, listen, it kind of goes back to what I was saying a second ago. These are kids. You know what kids don't have? Money. So they just talk. They can't buy anything. Digital sales, they need a credit card. Sorry, a lot of these trolls are like 13, 14, 15. They don't have a credit card. You know, I mean, my point is, like, it's a bunch of nonsense. And what I find the most distracting is that the trolls and the jackasses that are on Twitter and YouTube, these are the guys that tweet the executives and IGN, and they make us look bad. And we're not doing anything. All we're usually doing is defending or just stating our opinion like everybody else is allowed to. So everyone else is allowed to state their opinion except for us. And then when we do it, it's a slap on the wrist. Well, listen, you know what that means to me, Crap? I was told by a lot of people. So, like, you guys are apparently getting more, what is it there? Airtime, or, you know, it's reaching more people than you think. And I think, Crap, we learned that this week more than anything, right? I mean, we know for a fact that we're reaching. And listen, a lot of people that think the Microsoft executives don't like us, you're wrong. We've already talked to them. They're fine with us. It's just that, you know, we do reach a larger audience, and I do think that we hold, you know, and we try to be more responsible moving forward. But the thing is, though, it is an open forum. You know, Twitter's an open forum. YouTube gives you a chance to express yourself. And the reason that I do this is because I'm really stating how I feel. Now, Crap has said in the past, you can always change your mind. You have the right to change your mind at any point in time. Crap didn't like a game, and now he does. That's his prerogative. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and tell him he's wrong. How can I say that to him? But at the same time, you also can't criticize anybody, whichever side, for their opinion. I can counter it, or I can say, let's discuss it. Or you can even throw a jab and throw a jab back. But at the same time, be respectful. And a lot of times you just don't get that respect on the other side. You know, that's the problem I have a lot with it, Crap. You don't get respect from the Sony side.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with that assessment. You know what I mean? I just a lot of people assume or whatever. They just take stuff or stuff that you know. That's why people are like the drops that we do after a joke. They're there for a reason. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's sad that we kind of live in that world where you have to do hashtag joke and a tweet, or you know,
or an extra haha or LOL after.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to use 100 exclamation points to come across as sarcasm, or do the little hashtag S or whatever. I guess I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. But to Xbox's point, whenever you see PlayStation commercials, they're advertising the multiplats because those are the games that people are going to buy. Nobody's going to buy The Last Guardian on PS4. Nobody in America is going to buy Persona 5 on the PS4. So I can remember when they were doing, E3's most anticipated games, and people were like, Persona 5 and all. They didn't even show that game. You know, they didn't even show that, what is it, Galaxy, what is that, Rush or whatever. You know what I mean? What is that called? Gravity Rush 2?
Gravity Rush 2,
Like, that was a game that was supposed to come out this year.
The Vita game.
Yeah, like the Vita game. It was a Vita game. Then they ported over that one to the PS4. Then they made a sequel that was going to be on the Vita, but they canceled it for Vita because they cancel everything on Vita because, you know what I mean? Why support that? And then they're going to put the sequel on PS4 straight up only on the PS4. So I think that, you know, but again, these games weren't even Gran Turismo Sport wasn't shown at E3. You know, so they're showing stuff that they know that right now what their market is, and it's the people that play stuff like Destiny and, you know, Call of Duty, like the Dude Bro stuff. So they're never going to show, any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
It's just a lot of smoke and mirrors coming out of Sony. Look, if we just go back to their E3 showing that they had this past year, crap. Look at all like that one that came out with that Norman Reedus, that you know that's going to be the
Death Stranding, the weirdest.
Yeah, that may never even come out. By the time that comes out, Norman Reedus will be like off Walking Dead and nobody will know who he is. You know what I mean? Like my point is like a lot of Sony's show you saw was maybe if and then and sometimes and you know, hey, how about this orchestra? You know, it was like I knew more about the orchestra and I knew more about what his name, Sean Layden was going to that Crash t-shirt looked like it was about to tear off into fibers.
Yeah.
He looked like that, you know, I just my point being is just that Sony's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And what Microsoft with Phil made a statement, crap, when he took over, that he wanted E3 to start being more about games that you're going to be playing now, not games that are coming out 10 years from now.
Microsoft showed at E3 this year was coming out within a reasonable amount of time. We'll get it by the end of next year. So it was like a lot of the stuff we already have, you know, like they showed off Gears 4 and they showed off Dead Rising 4 and they showed
with Phil in charge of gaming, crap, when we see a release date, like I believe Halo Wars 2 is coming out February 21st. And I can tell you right now, back a long time ago, I would have been like, that'll get delayed. Now I know that won't be delayed. Not under Phil's watch. He's just not into that.
Yeah, Phil isn't into the delays unless it's something that, like, a lot of their, some of the few delays that they've had are due to them having a lot of games at the back end of the year anyway. So I can understand that a little bit, but you don't see any like super long delays, and hopefully we're gonna see some stuff like Scalebound and Crackdown at around the, you know, in time for Scorpio launch and things like that, because I think that would be really cool. Jay, do we have any more voicemails?
I think we have quite a few still.
Kyle Berg.
Nice, Kyle.
What's up, Kyle?
Going on Xbox Nation. Big fan of the show. I'm a Mooch maniac. I'm a crapaholic. My question to you guys: how'd you come up with your names, Crapgamer and Mooch? I need to know. The Xbox community needs to know. Thank you guys for doing the show. It's always appreciated. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep it Xbox, guys.
Oh yeah, that guy was barking out big time. He was putting us over.
That was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and tell him how you got your name, Mooch.
Well, I mean, you know, mine's actually more of a college name. I had that like when I was in college, man. I was always I think I was probably the best. You know, a mooch is a mooch, right? A mooch just bums off people. But one thing that I used to always do that was funny was if I always like bum off like a beer off you or something like that, you're at a party. So let me get one of those beers off you, brother. You know, a lot of people used to say, "Hey, let me get a beer." When you're younger, they grab a beer from you and they bounce, right? Or they grab someone grab like a cigarette, and then like cigarettes cost a lot of money, right? Or whatever. Or beer costs a lot of money in college. So whenever you bum something off of one of your buddies, like if you bummed it and left, you were a dick, right? You're like, "What the hell, man? I just gave you one of my beers." Me, I was always like, dude, if I said, "Hey, Crap, can I bum a beer off you?" You'd be like, "Yeah, man, here." But I would hang out with Crap.
Yeah.
And so like I just got that kind of nickname. It was like, yo, oh shit. See, there you go. I know Mooch came in here and I know Mooch didn't bring any beers to this party. I'm like, no, but I brought entertainment. I brought myself. You know what I mean? I'm keeping this room alive right now. You know? So so people used to always say that when we were in college. And so when I was making my Xbox Live account and I was making, you know, everything, I was like, that's just a nickname that like kind of stuck in college. Of course, doesn't really work when you're out of college. Because if you're a Mooch out of college, it's called like, you know, a true like just a bum. So like, you know, it's not like that, but that was just a name that kind of stuck when I was in college. It was fun to do that. It was always fun in college to kind of go out with just your license in your pocket, go out to some bars and see if you can get absolutely, you know, like just hammered and have fun with your friends. And, you know, in college, it was just get as much as you could for $0, man. That was the name of the game, right? I mean, shit, we were drinking cheap beer and hanging out, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, college is a great experience. College kind of brings you from that stage where you're home getting everything from your folks to where you got to make it on your own. And if you're in college and you're doing good in college, you're also not working a 40-hour job. You know, I did work through college, but it was like you just got to you got to get your way through, man. It's all about survival in college. It's more than just, you know, grades and fraternities and things like that. So that's where I got my name, and I just thought it was a cool name that kind of stuck. And think about it, when you're online playing with your friends it's nice to have like crap. People say crap, you put crap gamer, but you know, he crap or mooch or something like that. It's fast and easy. You don't want to have a name like, you know, Zero Killer 4017
or like
Saturn.
Xbox 448.
No, it's you love giving Xbox rough time for his name. But that's where I got mine from, man. It was an old college name that people used to scoop around. But yeah, I love it, man. I'm never getting rid of that, and I love it.
Yeah, well, for me, I was just looking for a name. Like I've been Crapgamer since 2007. So going on 10 years now, and I just thought it was a funny name because I thought it'd be ironic or it'd be like not false advertising. So I always thought it was funny. Like I'd play somebody, and if I kicked their ass in a multiplayer game in the lobby, you'd hear him bitch, "Man, I can't believe that guy. I got beat by somebody named Crapgamer." You know what I mean? And I just thought that was funny. Conversely, if I got my ass kicked, then they couldn't really poke fun at me because I'm poking fun at myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm a crap gamer. I'm bad at it. So I was covered on either end. You know, either way, I could either make fun of your ass for getting beat by someone who calls himself crap at games, or you can't really poke fun at me because I'm calling myself crap gamer. So it was like It was like a double end. That's why, like, when people they'll go to me, they'll go, "He sure does live up to his name." Well, duh, no shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like there's not really anything you can say.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
So
no,
to me, that's hilarious.
Well, I think it's great that you picked that name too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And people, it's funny because the nickname, like most people, like if they game, they call me Crappy. You know what I mean? Like that's been my nickname for a while. Like whenever I pick a character name for like in game, or like I'm playing through the Skyrim remaster as well, and my character's name is Crappy. So I mean, it's just, to me, that's just funny. I like that. I think that it's interesting, and you know, people. I mean, nobody really calls me, "Hey, crap gamer." Like if you game with me, it's just you call me Crappy or Crap. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, it definitely works. I think your name works. I think I'm trying to think of like just some names that roll. Like Southbound changed his name to South, and it works. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's the one that actually talked me into leaving my full name and going just to Mooch. I was like, should I do it South? He's like, dude, everyone just calls you Mooch. So he just goes Mooch on Xbox Live. So I was like, all right, I'll switch it over. But it is crazy. You do get attached. I had it for 9 years. I had the Mooch 78 to switch over. I was like, do I want to give that up? I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I was like, yeah, screw it. I'll give it up because like everyone just calls me Mooch anyway. So
yeah,
but you do get attached to your name, man. It's a name you give yourself for all practical purposes, and then like it just becomes a part of your identity, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what it does. You know, it's funny. You know, it's our own personalities. Like Hell Hammer. You know what I mean? Like his is you know, that's and then like my buddy Grave. We call him Grave. His name's something like A Real Wizard or something, but he was originally just Grave Digger, and we just call him Grave. You know what I mean? That was so lame or whatever. So he changed it, and he changed it to A Real Wizard, like A Real Wizard, because we all swore that in Harry Potter, the guy tells him you're a real wizard, Harry, but he never really says that. So yeah, so it ended up not working out too well. But yeah, so he used to also have a name called Fat Chicks. So yeah, yeah,
that's great. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious.
We have another voicemail. I want to hit some more voicemails up, crap, because we have the wheel of this is the Wheel of Wonder.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, go ahead and hit us up a voicemail there, J Dubs.
We got a voicemail from Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Hey guys, Gus Bus here, and I'll apologize in advance because I do have a cold. But with the PS4 Pro basically being a half-step console, and the Scorpio with its specs basically being a next-gen upgrade, what if it is just Microsoft's mid-gen upgrade as well? And when the PS5 comes out in a couple years, they can basically consider the Scorpio being their fourth console, and that way they can release the Xbox 5 or 5th gen or whatever they want to call it, along with the PS5 in a couple years. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
You want to handle that one?
I'm sorry, Crap. You're gonna have to repeat it though to me because I was doing like 3 things at once.
I wanted you to repeat it because I wasn't paying attention. You asshole!
Shit! I'm doing like 2 things over here at once. I'm writing a tweet and I'm answering the chat. And I was like, oh, Crap's got this one.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. J Dubs, can you replay that one?
Yeah. Sorry, can we replay that voicemail?
Yeah.
Let's give him some extra airtime.
Yeah. Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Yeah, good old Gussie.
Hey guys, Gus Bus here. And I'll apologize in advance because I do have a cold. But with the PS4 Pro basically being a half-step console, and the Scorpio with its specs basically being a next-gen upgrade, what if it is just Microsoft's mid-gen upgrade as well? And when the PS5 comes out in a couple years, they can basically consider the Scorpio being their fourth console, and that way they can release the Xbox 5 or 5th gen or whatever they want to call it along with the PS5 in a couple years. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
All right, so I kind of think I get what he's saying here. He's saying, what if the Xbox Scorpio is, which is kind of how it was touted originally as this mid-gen thing. The thing about it is this. Eventually, guys, we're going to plateau to a certain point on power, okay? I mean, there's only so much they're going to be able to. So my point being is if the, there he is.
Oh, shit, wait, hold on. Hold on. I got you guys playing in the background. Hold on. We got
Turn down the video, sir.
Zaire on the premise of the M&C Morning Show. What's up, man?
What's going on,
Z?
Z?
I'm back with you.
The Zodfather popping in on the show.
Z's giving away a PS4 and Xbox One if he hits 15,000.
Yeah, yes, Z. Why can't we enter?
Anybody can enter. I don't give a fuck.
Shit, it's called. I just explained why it was called the Mooch.
Oh, I'm entering.
Oh yeah. I'm taking my grandmother to the church. I'm listening to you guys on the radio, me on my iPhone. You guys got a great show, man. Awesome.
Thank you, Z.
Thank you. Yeah, we it's really all thanks to Jay Doves, man. Jay runs it really smooth, so it's really cool. And
I see, man. You guys are real technical smack, like the Howard Stern show.
Listen, now you're talking my language, Z. That's what I was going for this whole time. Is trying to get a little something so people get used to like some morning. Well, hopefully nobody's working today. It is Sunday, but they're morning coffee. Get talk a little gaming, a little bullshit, and get people interactive.
Yeah.
So what's out there? Right.
So so let's have Zaire answer that call. So Zaire, the question that came up was, here was the question, Z. Do you think the Scorpio is going to be like a mid-gen console? And do you think Microsoft will have an answer basically when PS5 comes out to have another console come out after that? Or do you think the Scorpio will go head-to-head with whatever Sony puts out next?
I think, well, Phil, I mean, I guess it's the nature of the business. Once one console rolls out, they already start, plans for the next. So it's competition. Of course, when the PS5 comes out, I expect it to be more powerful than the Scorpio. So Microsoft's not going to have no other choice but to answer.
I agree. I do think they will. The question is the only thing that is the big flag here is when will Sony put out the PS5? Because if Sony puts out the PS5 in 2020, then I would expect Microsoft maybe to answer a year later. But if it comes out in like 2019,
what this is 2016. The Scorpio, the Pro. I think probably 3 years. I just don't expect Sony to get their teeth kicked in for the next 3 years.
That's the question.
Yeah, with the Scorpio, being with everything being on Digital Foundry, and that's been Sony's slogan, power.
But but what's going to happen, Z. The minute that Digital Foundry gets out, they're going to say that it's not about power no more. Checkerboard rendering's the same as native. It don't matter no more.
I feel like it's such like a hypocrite because I always thought it was silly for console gamers to be arguing over resolution in frames per second, but right, and again, like I said, it's Xbox fans. Period. We haven't really had the chance to just enjoy our games, and whether it's our beta was 720p, like it's been a rough 3 years for us. You know what I mean? So
it has.
Yeah. So, but it kind of sucks though. But it is what it is. It's something that Sony created.
What's funny, Z, is the fact that everybody's acting like they have amnesia over they're saying they never complain, they never mention anything about resolution. Like that's the new thing. Like we never said anything about resolution or native.
What's crazy crap? It was a big deal from 900p to 1080p, but it's not a big deal from 1080p to upscale 4K or 1440p. No. I think that in itself is just sheer lunacy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're dealing with. And now you see, AZ, you also remember how many times did IGN run with the thing? This game runs 1080p on PS4, but only 900 on Xbox. We used to see that all the time. And since Scorpio was announced, we never see that anymore, right? Like nothing. Nobody says anything. The media is changing the narrative because they want to say, hey, we didn't want it. We never said this. You know, that's just you guys were all talking about that. Now everybody's acting like, even NeoGaf is acting like they never had anything to do with that.
Well, like I said, to be clear, well, to be honest, well, that's the inception of next gen. You know, this whole character, when I started with this, with BGST and everything going forward, is that I seen the write on the wall from IGN when they said they gave the nod to the PlayStation 4 version of Call of Duty Ghost, and it was because it was 1080p on the PlayStation 4 version and 720p on the Xbox version, but the version that they played, they both were 720p. You know what I mean? If I will say this, if it was that easy to tell the difference between upscale 1080p and native 1080p, Digital Foundry want to have these how you say $12,000 PCs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think everything was more or less blown out of proportion, but it is what it is, man. You know.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. Hey, J Dubs, do we have a voicemail?
Yeah, we have a special one. I'm looking forward to hearing what Z has to say about this.
Okay, so listen to our voicemail.
Oh, greetings, Xbox loyalists. This is Yoshita calling in. Oh, I want to tell you guys to stop talking about Sean Murray and Mark Cerny, okay? I have taken care of the problem, and I have cut off their tongues at Sony Studio so they can't talk any more shit. And please give me free code, okay? Okay, bye.
Yo,
M&C
classic.
As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Yo, that's hysterical, man.
Z, we've got our own bumpers too, because we've got to let people know we're joking, or else they get pissed off.
Yeah, we have to. After Yoshida calls in every week, we seem to have to protect ourselves with a
yes. To make sure.
disclaimer.
Yeah, it's a little disclaimer. Yes. Hey, we used to do that on BGST. Remember, like the reflection.
Oh, that was Worry thing.
Yeah,
that's right.
The thoughts of Crapgamer don't reflect that of BGST. I was crazy though, man. We got BGST tonight at 7:15.
Yo, man, I'm looking forward to that, man. I love the new edition of K Mega. Really brings a splash of a different flavor to the show, and it sparks all kinds of new conversation, man. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Dog getting it lit and K Mega sending anything to Hades. It's crazy.
Send that shit to Hades.
Send it to Hades. Like here's K Mega's worst thing. PS4 Pro does a little mo. He's like, oh no, man, send that to Hades. I love that
shit to Hades.
Yeah, but he'll reinvigorate it, man. He gives a new perspective and stuff like that. So I think that that really resonates. That guy is a hard worker too, man. Like he does a really good job. So, and again, like we weren't really necessarily looking for a new person, but that just kind of clicked that day. You know, we were just like, hey, we should get this.
We I don't know. I'd say we didn't turn divas, but this internet stuff is crazy, man. I keep a very, very small circle, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hey, I don't blame you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, small circle works. Trust me.
Hey, there he is. K Mega's in the chat. He's like, send that shit to Hades.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Jay, do we have another? Because Z, what we do is we do giveaways too, and we got this little board that spins, like for people that have called in and left a voicemail, and they're all entered to win a $15 Xbox Live code today. So basically, we play back the voicemails that people leave us during the week. And J Dubs, do we have another one?
Yes, we do. We have Tony the Pony.
Tony the Pony.
Tony the Pony calling in. All right. Repeat caller.
Nice.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. It's Tony the Pony here, a.k.a. Princess 448. Now, guys, I just like to thank you for putting me on the show last week. I appreciate it. You ain't so bad for Xbox. Anyway, I just want to talk quickly about the PS4 Pro a little bit more. How it's overheating. You guys ain't looking at this thing from the right angle. It's overheating. So what does that tell you, guys? It tells you it's going to heat up your house. Now, come winter, you are going to be warm and sweaty And, you know, you haven't got games to keep you warm. You're going to need some heat coming off that thing. That's going to keep you warm. It's going to keep you comfortable, you know? So just think of the positives, guys. That's what we ponies do. We think of the positives, except when it comes to Xbox, however. Then we just think of the negatives. It's negative this, negative that. You know, we don't give Xbox any credit for anything they do. We just hate on that thing. You know, that's the difference between us and you guys. You guys, you know, you guys will pat us on the back from time to time. But not us, man. Fuck is all, you Xbox motherfuckers.
You must have called it on PSN.
That was great.
You had to call it on PSN. Jesus.
Hey, Tony the Pony, he finds the best in any situation with Sony. He's got his name is Princess448 on PSN because he took over his sister's account, and you can't change your name. But he says he's okay with that. He's fine with that. You know what I mean? And the PS4 Pro, hey, it heats up. Turn lemons into lemonade, right? You just use it in the winter as your heater, and you're good to go, right? Tony the Pony, man, thanks for calling in.
I mean, like I said, I'm kind of late tuning in. Did you guys talk about the PSN hack with the YouTube?
We were actually going to talk about that a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Apparently there's quite a few. Oh, we got a call, but yeah, damn. Well, welcome to M&C Mornings, and we got Z with us. What's up?
Okay, this is Flashing Boy from Denmark. And I was thinking about, what about if the Xbox Scorpio can support GPU upgrade in the future? So I was thinking, if it can support GPU upgrade for the future, that means it can keep up with everything that Sony is going to produce in the future.
Well, I think he's saying basically, will what they're putting in the box hold up? Yeah, or will it be upgradable?
Will it be upgradable? I don't think it's going to be upgradable. I just think you're going to see new consoles when applicable.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see that at all. And if I interpreted it the other way, the way he asked the question is, I think that Scorpio coming out, I think Microsoft's well aware of two things. We've already heard Phil come out and say that Scorpio's successor is already being talked about and discussed. A. B, what they're going to come out with, Z, this is what I was saying just before you got on. What Microsoft's going to give us in Scorpio, somewhere probably between 6.3 and 6.7 T-flops. Even if PS5 is 7.5 or 8, now we're starting to split atoms, because you might go, well, no, Mooch, that's 1.5 more. Everything is always more. But sometimes when you get, like, I'll give you an example, okay? If I give Zaire an ice cream fucking cone with 8 scoops of fucking ice cream, it's up to his fucking forehead, right? And then I give Crap an ice cream cone with 10 scoops. The 10 is more than the 8, but both of them are going to look at me like, I ain't eating all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So my point is like, it's a lot of fucking ice cream. But you're going to get to a point where 6.7, 7.8, you know, like, yes, the one number is going to trump the other, but there's going to be a point where both can do whatever the devs can actually put out at that time. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, a lot is a lot after a while.
What you're saying is, you know, what you have specs on paper, and then when it comes down to real world performance.
Yes, that too. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is, like, Z, there's only so much that they can do, right? Like, look at Ultimate Rigs, right? These PCs that cost $10,000, $9,000, whatever.
$12,000.
$12,000. You know about those $12,000 rigs. But my point is that, like, I have a friend of mine that has this really, really powerful PC. And then when I look at it, I'm like, yes, it looks nice, but it's not leaps and bounds over what we're going to get in Scorpio. So, like, my point being is, like, after a while, you're really just treading water. You can keep going up, but after a while, you hit a threshold. Everything gets saturated.
You know what? I know. Probably until maybe games become, I guess, more graphically demanding, and the Scorpio can't keep up. If, you know, I mean, to say if the PS5 or whatever is hitting 4K 60 on everything, right? Whatever they throw at it. And it comes where then the Scorpio is 2K and maybe upscaled to, or 1440p upscaled to, 4K 60, you know what I mean? And it becomes a big fuss. And then we might see, something new from Microsoft. But I don't think they're going to go to modular thing as far as, upgrades, you know what I mean? Probably no time soon. I won't see no time soon. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
It sounds to me like Phil's kind of against that. He likes to keep the differences with the PC. He's like, he says, don't expect a new Xbox every 2 years. We're not going to go that route. So I think that, I think that we'll probably
be. Say no, Crap 4?
What's that? I would say 3 to 4 years. I'm fine with that.
Oh.
Hey, we got a phone call.
Take a phone call.
Yeah, M&C Mornings. What's up? How's it going?
Hey, Mooch and Crap, it's Jay Jones calling in again. This is mainly directed towards Zaire. Z, a lot like you, I kind of stumbled upon this YouTube gaming community, and I want to give you a big shout out and thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have caught on to a lot of the gamers and a lot of the people on YouTube that I listen to now, like the Mooch, like Crapgamer, like Console Corner, and everybody else. So I just want to give a big shout out to you and a big thank you for everything you do for the community. Thanks, man. Keep it gaming.
Thank you. I got to give him the Cinderella clap for that one. Thank you, man.
He's right, Z. You know, we always say it every week on the show. You know, it started with your channel, and really, that's the thing. You know, the one thing people got to give us all credit for, starting with Zaire, and it trickles down from there, is I think whether you like us or you hate us, we've stayed the course. You know what I mean? Like we say what we say, we believe what we say. Now, certain things come out in the news, or certain things come out when products are revealed where you're like, oh, you guys were wrong. You guys were wrong. Well, we were wrong, but we're basing our opinions and our discussions off of speculation, off of the news that comes out at the time. You know, people say that all the time. Like, you said back in 2013, back in 2013, that's what they told us. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't fair to like say.
Yeah, I only think you struck out once was with that Joe Montana. That was Crap's fault.
Hey, that wasn't my fault. We both were like, dude, we gotta talk up this Joe Montana stuff, right? Like I don't know if that was like my fault now. Like we were both like,
man, that was your
we were
fault.
hopping
You gave
from
me
one
that damn story, that article.
we were hopping from one channel to the other. Hey, let's do like 20 minutes here, then we'll hop in mine and do 20 minutes, and we're gonna talk about how great it's gonna be. It's gonna be an exclusive because Microsoft can get the rights. Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Hey, somebody was mentioning that in the chat earlier today, so I think that's funny. But we do have one more voicemail, right, J-Dubs?
Actually, we have more than one more.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just crank these bitches out.
It's 1 o'clock, almost game time.
Yeah.
Here, before I say any of this, are we gonna have to change the name of the show to MC and Z now?
Z, this is early for Z. I'm shocked. He didn't go to bed yet. He didn't go to bed yet, or he's doing the special occasion.
Man, I got up early this morning. I don't get up to about 2-3 o'clock.
That's what you
Or
wrote me last week.
Or he got some kind of upper, fell off a truck, and he was like, hey.
Man. Damn. Z writes me all the time. He always writes. He's like, "Yo, great show. Too bad it's that early. Peace."
So he's like, it's like southbound. Southbound. It's too early, man.
Ain't doing this shit.
Yeah. So go ahead and rack up that voicemail, J Dubs.
Hey, this is Platinum 706 again. Appreciate it, Mooch. Appreciate it, Crapgamer. Thank you for those Xbox Live cards last week. Man, them things came in time. I'm broke, and them Xbox Live cards are going to keep me going for the next couple months. Appreciate that again. But my question is about the interview that Mark Cerny gave, right? A lot of people boasting about this 8.4 teraflops, but what people are overlooking is when Mark Cerny said that when you're playing a regular PlayStation 4 game, half of the GPU is going to shut off. The CPU and the GPU is going to downclock. So you're basically playing a vanilla PS4 unless the developer goes and patch the game. Like even Digital Foundry did a stress test on the Titanfall 2, and we're bragging that the PS4 Pro is going to boost the dynamic resolution and the frames per second, but that's not possible unless Titanfall 2 is going to patch the game. I see the media bias, and I wonder if anyone else does. That's all I wanted to say, and just wanted you guys' thoughts on that. Thank you.
I think that has more to do with Sony's API and their architecture. Microsoft has the universal, UDP thing. Oh, like this, how the Xbox One S is faster. I think about 7 or 11%. It's not, I guess, such as the case with Sony and the PS4 Pro. Even though I think it has a dual GPUs or something in there, 2.2 apiece or whatever the case. However they're adding it up, but I think that has more to do with Sony's software and their architecture. You know what I mean? You got to feel like Microsoft is a software company. This is what they do. And Sony's a hardware company. So when it
Mark
comes to things like that,
Cerny BS,
Microsoft will
man.
always be ahead.
I think that Mark Cerny does need to have some sort.
yeah.
He needs some PR on him, man. He's full of shit, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, people are like, oh no, that's not true, Mooch. What he said is right. Well, kinda. But when you're in the business and you're not going to utilize what you're saying, why confuse your consumer? Why do that? You know why? Because Mark Cerny wanted to contribute to the console wars. So when people are like, "Oh, it's just you guys on YouTube," no, it's not just us on YouTube. It's executives do it too.
Well, just look at the way he said it, right? Because then he's like, before that, he's like, you need 8 T-flops, right? 8 T-flops to run 4K. And now he's got people believing the PS4 Pro is 8.4.
Yeah, exactly. There's people who are actually going to run with that. Whatever you say, there's going to be a certain degree of people that kind of run with it. You know what I mean, crap?
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of nonsense, man. It's an absolute bunch of nonsense. And it's a shame.
I think I know. They got their secret sauce now. You know what I mean? I had the Mr. Media X, you know what I mean, hat on my head for a long time. You know what I mean? Because I understand how Microsoft was spending so much money. But they spent like $2 billion to come out with the weaker console. I understand that. But yeah, I think what they should do, or just Sony fans, the vocal ones here, just within the community, just talk about the game. So when you're still talking at 8.4 teraflop stuff, and you can't run Tomb Raider at 1080p and lock 60 frames a second, like you're bugging.
Yeah, I agree. J-Dubs, do we have another voicemail? We're going to try to wrap these up.
We talked so long today, Z. This is what happened. Now we have a backlog of voicemails that we got to go through because we got a couple of really good callers that really hit some high notes. So we were bullshitting for so long today. Damn.
Yeah, so we got 2 left. So go ahead and start these up, J-Dubs.
Okay, this one's here from PMS Jordan.
Okay.
Hey, Papa Crap. Hey, Moochie. This is PMS Jordan. And my question to you guys is, what is your favorite Xbox One exclusive? Doesn't matter when it came out. It could came out at launch or just last week. I just want to know your guys' input. Thank you. PMS Jordan out.
Okay. Well, so far I would say Gears 4 probably my favorite.
It's tough, right, crap? Because Gears is so good, but I want to say something. I'm gonna give 2 answers because I'm gonna say Gears of War 4 is probably my favorite to date, but at the same time, I got to give credit where credit's due. Maybe it's this whole talk that's been going on over the past 2 weeks, but Sunset Overdrive probably is a close 1A, you know, because, you know, I'm giving Gears the benefit of the doubt because Gears is Gears, and it's just one of their flagships. So I got to go with a flagship first and foremost. The Coalition did a hell of a job.
Oh, yeah, they definitely did.
Shit, I'm well over 60, 65 hours in that game, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. It was a surprise for me, too. But Sunset Overdrive is a game that once we hit the little lull and we played all these games, we had that little lull maybe come March, I'm probably going to go back and play Sunset again.
Oh, hell yeah. What about you, Z? Do you have a favorite Xbox?
Of this generation?
Yeah.
I would say Rise, Killer Instinct. I like the story of Rise. That was like, you know, it'll suck if we don't get a sequel to that game. You know, I know it's kind of repetitive with the hack and slash, but the story.
Well, they have to switch things up.
It was sick, and of course I like fighters too. You know what I mean? But Killer Instinct was.
Killer Instinct is dope. I love that game. It'll be 4K when Scorpio launches, guarantee.
Yes,
I guarantee that.
Oh,
so
I hope they keep supporting that game though. You know, just stop.
Oh well. Supposedly there's a new. They sent out some new surveys for people, and they're like, "This is going to shape the future of Killer Instinct." So, hopefully we see that. And J-Dubs, we got one more voicemail, right?
That's right. We got one from Maddie Monk.
Maddie Monk. Let's go, Maddie.
Hey, M&C Mornings. It's Matty Beast calling in from the top of a Ferris wheel. These are some of my favorite things, man. I absolutely love Ferris wheels. Incredible amount of fun. For those of you who don't get the joke, tune into this past week's Xbox Nation, and you can find out more about that joke. It's a shameless plug. Real quick, my question for the week is, we got the PlayStation 4 Pro coming out this week. What are you guys' predictions for this thing? Is it going to take off? Is it going to be a huge hit? Curious to just hear really what both you think about it and kind of what your predictions are throughout the rest of the holiday season for it. I'm going to stay off getting it for now. I'm not real interested in it, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. Oh, by the way, people, Learn what sarcasm is. Take care. Bye.
Nice, Matty.
Pew, pew. Yeah, thanks, Matt. You know what? I think the PS4 Pro will. I've heard they're already complaining, saying that they don't have enough stock to meet demand. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this thing will sell okay, and it might take November, but again, that could depend on the stock that they have, and Sony just trying to create like a false demand or whatever. So it's not something that I'm going to get, but I could see, you know, if it's successful, then it's only successful because it's more powerful. And that would play well into what Microsoft is doing next year.
Zaire read off a list. Z, you did a show a couple days ago, and you started reading off the 45 games they had coming out.
By the end of the year.
Yep, and let me tell you something. When you're reading it off, again, it's all like this instant gratification. People are like, wow, wow, wow. No one's playing all those old games again. And
no, it's not. But I will say this, though.
They got nothing new coming out for it.
I hope Microsoft goes back and does the same thing with the Scorpio, and I would love to see Rise.
They will.
4K,
they will.
I mean? But also too, like all the multi-plats now that are taking advantage of the Pro, they're also going to take advantage of the Scorpio. You know what I mean? But like I said, just to answer my man's question, I do expect it to sell out from the enthusiasts. You know, the diehard, the hardcore. They're going to go out and buy it day one. You know, whatever that means. But I don't know about the casual. You know, that's the casual market's much bigger than the core. So I don't know if they may not see the need for it or whatever the case may be. You know, but having a 4K TV or HDR. So we shall see. But it should win November. It's new hardware. You know, unless Microsoft comes out with a $250 Xbox. You know, I mean, it depends on what Microsoft does.
Well, they do have that for Black Friday. $249. You get Battlefield 1, Gears 4, and an extra controller.
But you know what, though? I'm sorry, not to get too long-winded. I'm going to shut the hell up. Well, it's really not fair to Microsoft because they're fighting two hardwares. They're fighting the Slim, the standard Xbox, some standard PS4, and the Pro. Are they going to calculate all those sales as PS4 sales, or are they going to split it?
All of them are PS4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, yeah. So I don't think they're going to win November. Then that's that's 3 different SKUs. You know.
Yeah. But nobody's buying that Slim. I mean, let's be honest.
Listen, let's also call a spade, Z. Okay, the whole thing behind this Pro is what you said. The elitists, the hardcore, are going to grab it, and that's about it. This is going to be another one of those things. Mark my words. Where we don't go by everybody. Do not go by November sales. Don't even really go by December. Look at January and February and watch how the PS4 Pro sales drop like a lead balloon. When people who don't have a Pro have a vanilla PS4 and after Christmas their friend gets a Pro and they're like, "Yo, what are you playing on it? What are you playing on it?" He's gonna be like, "Let's play Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare." He'll be like, "Yeah, but I got that already." "Yeah, I know, but I got the Pro." "What are you playing on the Pro?" "I'm gonna play Call of Duty. Let's go." Like, why am I buying a Pro? I already got that. Like, you don't understand. Like, there's nothing to it. When you might go, "Well, Mooch, then what's the difference here? What's gonna happen with Scorpio?" When Scorpio comes out, you're gonna have a game. You're gonna have Crackdown 3. You're gonna have a new game. Show the power off, right? But Sony has nothing. All they're gonna do is have The Last of Us remastered, Uncharted 4 remastered. It's all these old games. So like, you got to understand, a kid's not going to know the difference between the checkerboard native thing between that and the 1080p.
No.
These kids don't know. So, like, my whole point is that you're not going to see an influx of people being like, "I got to have that. I got to have that machine." There's nothing coming out.
I do expect, whatever they release in November for it to sell, whatever, or just about sell out.
November will be decent.
Still the fat or the standard PS4. The thing is like $250 now on Amazon with 2 games or something like that. So like I said, Microsoft is fighting them on, whatever. Like the Sky, what's this? No Man's Sky, and I think Uncharted box in the bundle set or something.
Yeah,
like, that's a lot of hardware that with just the Xbox One S, taking on that. So.
Well, the Xbox One S is launching with a 500 gig system, Battlefield 1, Gears 4, and an extra controller for $250 versus what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Versus No Man's Sky, Drive Club, and a middle finger of Yoshida's in the box. No. I want that shit.
Microsoft should do, if they're listening, anyone there, maybe they should bundle the Xbox One S, being it has the 4K Blu-ray player. What's maybe strike a deal with one of these movie studios or
I agree with that.
X-Men or something.
Yeah, put X-Men in the box or something. Yes.
Yeah, something. 4K movie in the box. You know what I mean? That's what they should do. You know, but they only have the only gaming console with the 4K Blu-ray player. So,
Hey, J Dubs, are we gonna spin the wheel?
Yeah, we're gonna spin the wheel. You guys gonna mute your mics?
Yeah, we gotta mute our mics so that the wheel works.
So what is the prize? Tell everyone what the prize is.
It's gonna be a $15 Xbox Live gift card.
Okay.
So whoever wins, good luck.
So here is the Wheel of Wonder. How does everybody love it?
It looks sick.
Okay, so we're gonna spin. There's only one prize today, guys.
Yeah, well, I had two, but we're running way late, so we'll just do the one.
Okay, here we go, and just let everyone to know that everybody's in the wheel, even the ponies. Congratulations, Kyle Berg.
Yeah, congratulations, Kyle. Nice.
So, hoping to see someone win that was an Xbox guy.
Yeah, like Creepy Bunny would. I mean, he would have still won. Like we would have still.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But he doesn't even have an Xbox One. I don't think. So.
I don't think he does. No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but. Yeah, but he called in.
We get Sony guys that call in.
Yeah,
okay,
they leave. Yeah, they get right to the front of the line, man.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, your Giants just scored, Mooch. You should be happy.
I can't see from my office, but I believe you, and let's go, G-Man.
Yeah. So anyway,
get out of here, Z, that lucky bastard with his awesome.
J-Dubs, you're gonna boot up our outro while we.
Sure. No, before we do any of that, I just want to. I actually have a second prize that I haven't announced yet. This is kind of a special thing that I was trying to keep secret from you guys.
Okay.
So, if you guys notice at the first half of the show, my avatar was wearing a particular shirt.
Yes.
And if anyone can tweet M&C Mornings on what that shirt said, they'll win all the back and pat Gears of War games. I have digital codes for all of them, and I'll give them all away to the one person that writes into the M&C Twitter account and tells me what the shirt said.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nice. And that Twitter account is what? It's at M&C Mornings?
M&C, like M's in Mary, N is in Nancy, C's in cat. M&C Mornings.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Let us know who wins, too, later on, Jay. Yeah.
I definitely will, and we'll talk about it next week as well.
Yeah, congratulations to Kyle too for winning
Kyle,
that.
yeah,
And that's courtesy of Matty Monk, Matty Beast.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you, Matty, for your donation.
And thanks, Z, for stopping by.
Yeah,
today.
Z, that's awesome, bro.
Thank you.
Love it, love it. Z's like, give me that link. I'm like, that crap's got the goddamn link.
Yeah, he DMs me. He's like, yo, Z wants in. I'm like, all right, well, hold on.
Need a link.
Yeah, let me grab the link real quick and hook it up. So yeah, because I was like, if he calls in, then he doesn't understand that we can't actually interact like how people do when they call in. They call in, they're like, hey, we love you.
You guys gotta explain to me how y'all do that. That's kind of slick. I like that.
Yeah, they're like,
idea.
They're like, we love you, Mooch and Crap, and then they'll ask a question and they leave. But because there's such a delay, we don't actually interact with them like directly. If they're like, hey, we don't go, hi, how you doing? And because there'd be like a 10-second delay.
Yeah.
So they just hop in, they say who they are, ask their questions, and they hop out. So you got that outro racked up?
Everything's ready, so I'm going to go into studio mode. Everyone's going to start echoing, and thanks for everyone coming today, and we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely, rack them up. Catch you guys tonight on BGST.
Peace.